I'm gonna lay this out there before we even get going though, because I don't think this is cheating. You could tell me if it's cheating, but I saw that you sent over your like your sliders, and I was like, oh, okay, that's sweet. So I saw you said I didn't touch them, I just did
Just
them,
give some
but
context, you know.
that's good. I think that's good. But what I did is for my last couple picks, I took players that aren't actually on the simulator. I don't feel like it's cheating though, because it's not like these are like high prospects or something that like Cold Simulator doesn't have. These would be like your late round picks. But I just know like it just kind of cuts off. And like for I think Colby Sorsel, like who we took last year, he was never even on the simulator. And I know there's gonna be players like that. So I just like put in two names. So if you think that's cheated, that's fine. I just clicked the position.
Hold on, say it one more time because I was texting this girl that's way out of my league.
Hey, hold up. Hey, you do your thing. I'm gonna read. I'm talking to the chat. Chat, how we doing, man?
Oh,
Giovanni's
we're
good.
live. Oh, hey. Whoops. Shout out JC.
Nah, man. So that's what I did. I basically took my last two picks and I just drafted a position.
That's,
So I didn't.
that's like round 6 and 7. You're talking about that's.
Yeah, like the players aren't on the
I get
simulator.
that. I get there and I'm like, fuck. I don't know any of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
then,
why I
and
did
I'll
that.
learn those guys through obviously drafting them and having to find out who the fuck that person was that just drafted prior to learn.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how that usually goes for me. If I'm being quite honest with you.
Bro, you draft. Hey, you draft a position. You draft a position because you have to, and then you're like, "Damn, let me see." And then it turns out like people actually are high on him. You're like, "Man, I nailed that draft pick." Then you start to feel good about yourself.
I'm
By the
sorry.
way, I was.
Is this on?
Oh,
Can
now
you hear
you
me?
sound good.
Is,
Yeah,
is
you
it
sound
better or
good
worse?
now. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds.
My
That sounds
best
great.
season of draft coverage was literally me trying to find a way not to draft Hutchinson because I was like, no, this guy's got to be better. Like that's my
Yeah.
best season of draft coverage.
Yo,
I
what
had
was your
no draft money.
that year? Did you have like did you do like a predictive mock or was that did you ever do something like that before the draft? And did you think you thought Kayvon, right?
We
Then you
might
think
have, to
we
be
were gonna
honest with
take
you.
him?
I only say it was my best year of draft coverage because one, it was like the first time I took it like seriously because I was in this opportunity at Woodward, obviously, but also, I don't know, I was heavily invested in what we were doing because Brad Holmes is fairly new. It was like year 2 for him too, if I'm not mistaken. And I was just trying to figure
Yeah.
out like who was who in this draft class. And honestly, that gave me a lot of confidence moving forward, just doing this for Lions content at the very least. Because like I was kind of accurate with them. I was like, okay, cool. Like I do know what I think I know, but in a weird way though too, because like at the same time, you and I have conversations where you'll teach me some stuff schematically that I wasn't like previously aware of. Where I'm just assessing a player on like one on ones and like if he's successful or not. That makes sense.
Yeah. No, same here because like for me, it's been like a lot of players that you brought up that I'm like, oh, I got to really think about that though. Like you drafted Latu on here, and I had to do like
Yeah,
I don't remember where you took him, but I think you took him pretty high. And
15. I think it was.
yeah, you made a big
Yeah,
trade. And today
yeah,
we had to do a Bleacher Report show, and I was like, I had to talk about trade ideas. And I didn't actually put Latu on there, but before I did the show, I was like watching Latu because I'm like, wait a minute, is this like the big one that I should be thinking about? And then I watch him and I'm like, yo, I like this guy even more now. Like I like
yeah,
that pick more than what I initially liked it when we did it live.
yeah. Honestly, so I do agree with a lot of things I had to say in terms of like him having a bag, like him just the counter moves is like what he's like elite at from when I was watching.
Yeah.
But I did go back a year later in tape, which I guess you could say obviously you get better as time goes on. But I watched him against it actually wasn't a year later. It was I watched him against one of the top end tackles in this year's class. And I don't remember who it was, but he kind of got halted there. And I've since like kind of backed off some of the takes only
Mhm.
because that's NFL prospect, right? Like I like
Right.
one piece that I forgot to even do in like this year's like class, what I normally do, or I did since 22 at least, was like watch tape of like an NFL prospect versus another NFL prospect, if that makes sense. Because I feel like that's a good like measuring stick of where a guy is at, right?
Yeah.
But so I watched back a lot too. I want to say it was against it was a kid from find it. It's in my YouTube history. Either way, he kind of got stuffed a little bit there. And I was like, damn, he has like the bag in terms of
Yeah.
like moves, counter moves. What he doesn't have, and as we spoke on, and we talked about it last week, is that natural oomph. You know what I'm saying? That natural
Mhm.
strength and or get off, whatever you want to measure it as. He didn't
Bro.
really have that. He just had like the skill set, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense because and Chad, we're about to get to this in a sec. But what I was for the show today, like if you put him like it's weird. The edge rushers are all like super different. Like all these top edge rushers, like it'll feel like that's gonna be like a conversation, like who's gonna go, but they're like way different in terms of style. So it also feels like it may not be that big of a deal. Just like what style does that team want? But I was watching Jared Verse. I've never really watched Jared Verse like that. And I was like, yo, these players are real different. But Jared Verse gives me more Davenport vibes. And you watch Latu, and to what you said, it's even against the run. Like you don't see that pop against the run. You watch the first step, and you're like, there's nothing here. I mean, it's average. I mean, there's nothing that pops there. And but to your point, it's like when I got done, I'm like, yo, I think he's the best pass rusher at edge I've seen. Like he's got it, man. He's so smooth. So I what I ended up doing just to spoil it, chat, y'all can check it out. Links community.
Damn it. If you don't fix that microphone, I'm canceling you. I think you're back. No, not yet. Chat, can we just get some donos so Mike or so Deon can just get a new mic? Please.
It wasn't even oh my goodness. No.
You keep defending the mic.
It wasn't even unplugged. Yo, it was plugged in that time. I promise. Like it tells me what it
You keep defending it, man, and it only lets you down. It's like
I don't remember.
You know what it feels like?
I don't know where I left off. You can hear me. My man says Latu that's on Alliance now. He don't. Okay, here's where I'll disagree. I don't see what you think, Easy, because you like had a specific game that kind of pulled you back, and I feel that like there are certain players where you see him against like maybe even if it's not like a top draft prospect, even if it's just a guy that you know that's coming out and they're like, oh man, he didn't really pop against that dude. Actually, I thought the other dude kind of handled business. Like where pulls you back. I think for me that was I think a lot of that was Newton for me from Illinois. Like there was a specific game where I was like, ooh, I don't remember if it may have been Newton, may have been another defense tackle, may have been Rook. I have to. No, I take that back.
I think it was a kid from Oregon State that I watched.
It was Braden. Okay, now you're muted. Hold up.
Oh, am I muted?
Chad, we don't do shows normally.
Am I muted for real?
All right. Yeah, give me hey, Chad, let me know who's muted right now because I can hear the beat, but can you hear the beat?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, I can't hear you.
That's not good.
Wait, y'all hear both? What? Easy ain't muted? Yo, how do I not hear Easy?
Can the chat hear me?
Okay, wait a second. All right, Easy, you say what you were saying?
Can you hear me?
Wait, okay, I can hear you now. That's on.
Okay.
Okay, we got to restart.
Hey, I gotta be honest, Deon. I gotta be honest with you. I ain't never had the issues you be having. So I think it's on your end.
Yeah, that might have been on my end. Bro, hey, explain this to me. How can I hear the beat in my headphones, but not you though? Like what feature did I connect to? All right.
I love you. You got to dump the mic.
Dang man, my mic's messing up my headphones, bro. I'm not even trolling, Chad. I'm being serious. I can hear the beat, but not. I can hear you now, though. I can hear you.
Who's the tackle from Oregon State?
Fuaga.
That's the tape that held reservation for me. But again,
really? Okay.
Fuaga, as you know, is a dog. Yeah. Like he's like a. I mean, like we're not gonna have an opportunity to draft him, but I feel like that'd be a Dan Campbell guy. When I use the term dog, and I feel like people use that term a lot lately. I mean it wholeheartedly. This guy is like that Penei Sewell, like just like I want to hurt somebody almost about him. And like there's that part of it, right? So not every single tackle you come across is going to be Fuaga. I think he's going to be a phenomenal tackle if he stays healthy and obviously continues to traject where he's towards as a prospect. But yeah, I watched him versus Fuaga, and it was like even every counter he kept coming with, he didn't have the muscle that sometimes you need. Yeah, sometimes you do need that. Like sometimes you watch, I mean, Davenport, all due respect, I feel like that's what's kind of keeping him in the league. That's just that freak when he does play, by the way, with that freaky strength he's got at times. I feel like that's what it's a benefit sometimes. And it's tough to evaluate those prospects for me because you never really know if that translates to the NFL level when you see people bullying guys like that. Like you'd love to assume that sometimes, but it's like sometimes it's like, well, that's not an NFL tackle. Fuaga's an NFL tackle, and Latu just wasn't able to. The bag wasn't working on him. Fuaga's just like, you're too small for me, son.
Yo, that's actually interesting that you say that because you're like, the first time I've really just watched Fuaga was today, and I was like, oh no, this is like a big time pass protector. And I didn't know that. Like, so what you said was absolutely true. He's a big time run blocker. He moves dudes. Because I remember we talked about him a little bit like that when we did our mock, and then I was like, yo, this guy's a really good pass protector. And that was one of the games that I saw. I mean, the one thing I took was they didn't match up a ton in that one, but you're right. And I thought what popped up me was contact balance. Like he was unable to finish some of those spots. Even if he couldn't finish throughout the play. And so I hear what you're saying absolutely there. Like it almost feels like one of those things where if it's not 100% clean, you could fall into issues with him actually being able to finish the play rather than maybe just like, oh, he got like half the man, but then it kind of died out. Like, can he really finish at times? He's still my favorite pass rusher because I didn't see that matchup enough. But
the bag is nasty. His arm moves are nasty.
It's so smooth, bro. It's so smooth. It's nasty, dog.
It's like it's like he's doing karate almost. The way he's just like grabbing dudes' hands, like
it is. Yeah. And then it's like when he's not a freaky athlete. So that's what I was saying. I don't know if it cut off or not, but like when I did the thing earlier today, I had compared the idea of trading up when New Orleans went from 27 to 14 and they went up and got Davenport to if the Lions did something big like that for Jared Verse. Because if you went like off a body type, I think Verse is the most similar edge defender at the top edge defenders to Marcus Davenport. So if they wanted to go, and I don't think they'll do this, but if they wanted to, like if they wanted to stack that on top, like you can see a lot. And that, like you said, big time first step, a lot of power, just completely different. And I was a bigger fan than Latu than Verse though. So it feels like it's going to be a style thing.
Well, because you see the skill set of Latu, right? And it makes sense to be a bigger fan of him because like he does bring the bigger bag. But at the NFL level, sometimes you just need that extra oomph to beat guys. And I feel like I feel like Verse. Latu and Verse, I feel like they're coming in lower ceilings, but really good floors, right? Like I feel like Verse, I don't know how much better he's going to get than he is right now. Same with Latu. With Dallas Turner, I feel like there's a big upside with Dallas Turner. Like I feel like he can almost give you the same production he did at the collegiate level, just because that long arm, the burst he has. And he's kind of strong too. Most of the long arm move he's got there, but like with Verse, I mean, I can see him take a little bit of a step forward, but I just don't think it's fair to put that expectation on him, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like at the very least, you could expect, like you said, the Davenport results. And honestly, he's probably a little bit, obviously, you think he's a little bit more explosive than Davenport, I assume? Or
man, I don't know. I don't know that really? I do. I don't know that I do.
I haven't done the deep dive into Davenport like you, so I'm gonna go with your word on it.
I'm pretty high on Davenport.
I should do the deep dive on Davenport, honestly, just because like I just didn't like the signing because of the injury.
Bro, we're on completely different ends to that one. But that's fine. But like,
yeah,
I need to dive into him more too. But yeah, I was pretty high on Davenport. So like to flip it around, it's like he just reminds me. So I won't say that, but I will say I can see what you're saying because it feels weird with a guy that's that powerful that you would think like, where's that ceiling? But when you watch Jared Verse, because they all play with like fiery energy, like I see it with all of them.
Yeah.
When you watch Verse, like I really do question sometimes, like it's not how deep his bag is because it feels like he knows how he wins. He's gonna live on that, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's like, can he like? Does he have some of that flexibility in the lower body? Like it feels like at times everything's kind of stalled, stuttering. It's like I don't know. That's really there. Why does Easy look like he's crying in the thumbnail? Wait, is he seeing the thumbnail?
Can I see the thumbnail real quick? Because I just got drafted, bro. I'm happy. What do you mean? I'm happy I fulfilled my dream, my lifelong dream of getting drafted.
Dang, Easy. Oh man, see it probably YouTube probably just.
Can I tell him? Can we tell him? Oh, I put it in my name. Easy as inebriated. So if you guys have a wide vocabulary, or you just have a Google machine, you'll find out what inebriated means. It's definitely not sober.
Okay. So that's what that is. So that's good.
That's why I look a certain way.
Yeah, I didn't know what that meant. I ain't gonna lie.
It means I don't know what demonetized people, but I already said the F word like 30 seconds in, so it means drunk.
Okay, I don't think that'll demonetize being drunk.
Okay. Well, the F word I said in the first 30 probably will, so I apologize for that. Chat, send donos to make up for that. I apologize.
Chat, so here's what's going to happen, man. So the reason he looks like he's crying, the other reason is because today, finally, hey, that looks kind of good. Hey, that looks kind of good. Hey, kind of good. Yo, Chat, today I'm getting the votes, bro. We're bringing the voting back. Ever since our last show, I haven't been able to stop thinking like, yo, how'd I lose that poll? I'm winning the poll today. Because I already saw one person throw the name of a player that I drafted. So I already know I'm taking the dub. Oh, we're doing a poll here at the better mock. So I already know I'm taking the dub. Because I got one.
Did I win last time?
I think you did. Easy. I've never won on this channel. I can be myself. I've never won on this channel. It's crazy.
I come to your home field advantage. and I take that shit over.
Yeah, that's hey, it's accurate though. It's disappointing, but it's accurate, bro. All right. Is there anything else you want to touch on before we just dive into him?
No, yeah, if you're down.
Yeah.
Did you see the meeting with Isaiah Johnson and Andrew Phillips? I think it was from Andrew Phillips from Kentucky, Isaiah Johnson from Syracuse.
No.
So you're the guy we want to see that stuff because you do the best breakdowns in the game.
Yeah.
So Isaiah Johnson from Syracuse, like a 6'3" cornerback. He played at Dartmouth. He's from Detroit, actually, Detroit native. Went to Dartmouth for like 2 years. Finished out his collegiate career at Syracuse. He's getting a lot of talk about moving to safety, which if he was drafted, immediately I thought, and obviously drafted as a cornerback, but immediately I thought that kid's going to play safety. He just didn't have like the fluidity it felt like to play the cornerback position. I always felt like he was always going to be a safety. With this kid, Isaiah Johnson, it feels like he can play the cornerback spot, but also it has the safety in his back pocket because I guess that's what teams are asking him about. But there's that kid that you should check out. That'd be a fire-ass breakdown because I did meet with him. They took him out to dinner, actually. And then Andrew Phillips is fairly new. I met with, I think, today or around that area. Today was like a local pro day or something. But that's just another name I saw out there from Kentucky, Andrew Phillips, that I didn't really get to do a deep dive into. I was hoping you did, but
I've already seen Andrew Phillips, so my notes would be unbiased here.
It's spelled like ANDRU.
Yeah. Just 5'10", 191. He was like I think he was a pretty big press corner, but he played in the slot a lot.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just trying to, man, my notes, like my reading back here is crazy. Explosive click and close. I had easy loose hips. I feel like you get that a lot with some of these smaller corners though. Limited footwork. I really like his transition ability, so I had a lot of notes towards his off coverage. That's probably a lot of what he was playing in. Low wind pedal, good patience, fluid mirror at the top of the route, zone coverage. I had some knocks there, had some knocks of run support too. From what I've heard, and this is kind of like a outside thing, I've heard there's a lot of buzz around Andrew Phillips, like going up people's boards. I wasn't thinking of this guy as a Lion because of the fact that I thought he was more of a slot corner. So I wasn't at that time. I wasn't even thinking that this would be a possibility. But I mean, they could use a guy to play inside. He did play inside and outside at Kentucky, but he was mainly playing inside.
So that's the thing too. Like, remember at the owners' meetings, like Campbell was kind of talking about like Branch playing a lot more safety. It felt like, at least.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if that does make that slot corner more of a not need, but something they like aren't going to turn their nose away from. Because even Mikey Sandstrom, as much as I don't see him as an outside cornerback and not a need for us, I still think he'll be very good at the position. And same with Cooper DeJean too. Like, I think he'll be. I don't think he plays outside corner at the NFL level. I could be wrong on that one, but like, I'm not going to deny the level of nickel corner and or safety that he can be. And same with Mikey. I think Mikey's still going to be a dog ass nickel. I just didn't feel like a need for us. But Brad does go BPA, so it's like they're checking these guys out. They must fit some type of something they're looking for.
Andrew Phillips probably feels like that one dude because I remember first thing I probably thought he was like a day 3 guy, but he would be like one of those players where you get to like round 3, especially if they end up moving back, where it's just like they would buy into that player just because like it almost feels like maybe like the Josh Pascal kind of effect, where it's like, okay, maybe it's not all the varying opinions, but they just like they love the type of player, just like the way that he plays the game. And I remember he was a big man corner. And like I say, he did a lot of press coverage too. So like it would make sense that they'd be interested in that type. And then I'm with you. Like they still need a backup slot too. Like I mean, Amik Robertson could play there, but if they added something to that, wouldn't have a problem. And undersized corners, like Andrew Phillips isn't undersized to the point of some of these other dudes that just play in the slot. He's played out wide. Actually, I had it on my notes. He played slot versus Tennessee, wide versus Georgia, slot versus Missouri. So he's played both. And then I've seen the Cooper DeJean stuff because he recently did his testing. And he ran into 4.4s, like mid 4.4s is what I heard. When I had first watched it, I don't know if like I got to revisit because it's still so long ago. But I thought he was fine at wide quarter. But at the same time, it was like, okay, he could probably play everywhere. You could see it. We talked about that. Some of just his footwork. It was like, he probably could play. Honestly, his footwork kind of remind you of Iffy a little bit as a press corner. Now that I'm thinking about it, so I mean, it would make sense to the team moving to safety. But I'm big on Cooper DeJean. Like I feel like he could fit for pretty much everybody because he can play everywhere. I still had issues with anticipation, but I think from safety that could actually clean up a little bit because it's a different type of anticipation, especially in man coverage from corner versus safety. You know, it's not the same when you're talking about like the anticipation I think that you need there. Like I was watching Quinion Mitchell today, and I thought like there was anticipation issues with this game, but it's because he's never played press before. So I think it's like a different style.
Yeah, it's the same thing with like Dejan. I felt like too is like he was athletic enough to like come up when need be, so they never really had him in press situations. But then when I watched even just like highlights, they felt like safety highlights, but maybe because, like you said, they're just so far off the ball, it feels that way. But
yeah,
I think he is. I don't know. I haven't seen it out of him to like stick with somebody. I mean, same we were talking about with maybe not the same way, different athletes, right? But like Kool-Aid, the same way we talked about, like, hey, he's good at the cornerback position, but he doesn't feel sticky enough to be like the, I guess, hype machine that he was at once upon a time. With Cooper, I just don't see the sticky enough. I just don't think he's sticky enough to get the outside corner nod. That's why I feel like he's more of like a nickel and or safety. Which, by the way, I've been on tape, and I hope everybody recognizes this part of the conversation. I think he's an all-pro at both situations. I just don't see him as an outside guy.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just. Sense? I mean, he's just a Kool-Aid hater. No, it makes sense. We are.
I'm not. I love Kool-Aid, by the way. I don't. Yeah, no. Well, hold on. We had the same takeaways from Kool-Aid. Don't do that to me.
Hold up. I mean, you know what I mean. Just the way that you worded it. I don't know if you're buying in or not. I feel like the Kool-Aid.
No, I'm bought in. I'm bought in, especially because, and I don't know if we had this conversation or if it was on our show or not, but like Carlton Davis doesn't really have that either. He has a little bit more of it, but I feel like that'd be the perfect guy for him to learn from.
Gotcha.
Because he's not super sticky or quick either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he'll play with his length and stuff like. I mean, I feel like honestly, you could argue that Kool-Aid McKinstry is a more polished corner than Terrion Arnold, who I was watching. Bro, I'm gonna say this, chat. This is off topic, and I want to do these like rankings. I feel like I'm getting to that point where soon we're gonna have just rank video. Hey, easy. Yo, this is what I've been doing this year. I've been just filling this up with prospects. So this whole binder is just prospects. That's what I've been doing. I'm like, I'm gonna do this different. We're just gonna do rankings when we get close to the draft.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this, man. Right now, yo, at corner, I want to know where you're at. My corner, Terrion Arnold's my number one corner, bro. Like he's number one. I was like, we would mock him, but I was like, I haven't really seen this dude. I've only watched Kool-Aid. Yo, and then I watched him, like, bro, this guy's nasty. And then you figure out he's only 21 years old. Here's my concern.
He's only 21?
He's only 21, bro. And I'm like, oh, this guy's nasty.
That's like, where the hype comes from.
He's and it's like he's got like the lower body. You see his 40 time. We thought it was like a 4.5.
It's 4.53 or something. It was not pretty
at all. Yeah, it's like he doesn't play like that at all. He plays like he's way faster than that.
But he's fluid.
He's
fluid and like he's like smart. I think that makes guys like Brian Branch, perfect example. Not the fastest 40, but like,
yeah,
just the awareness of what's going on. He's already in motion of where like the ball is going, or you know what I'm saying, like he just has. It makes up. It's gameplay speed. That's what it is, right? It's just knowing where you need to be, and like that gets you where you need to be quicker, so it feels like you're faster.
Yeah. Yeah, it's now I did my one concern, and this again is off topic because what you're saying is true. My one concern that I had with him is like there were certain plays, and I hate to do this, but like as a Lions fan, I've had flashbacks of like seeing Jeff Okudah and some of the breakdowns that we had in man coverage, like where it was like it would be like a drag route, and he would be in man coverage, and he would just pass it to nobody, or he give like a ton of space, and you're like, what? This guy's just running uncovered, and there was a handful of examples like that, and I couldn't help but like. Man, this kind of gives me like Jeff Okudah vibes. And you have to be like aware of it because Okudah was an awesome athlete, right? He had questionable ball skills, I guess, coming out. He didn't really have a lot of production. And obviously it hasn't really hit to that point yet. But I think what he has is like, bro, he's already shown the ball skills and he does it so well while he's in phase. It's like, yeah, this is my top corner right now. Cause I know last time we were on here, we were talking about Nate Wiggins, but it's like, this would be my top corner. I guess it depends on who your team is, but like he's super well rounded. So that would be my top corner right now. And I would have Mitchell behind him, but I'm not really sure where I'm at with Mitchell. We're going off the rails. I'm not really sure that I have Mitchell as my second corner either.
Why is this though?
Why
is this, brother? Why you hate him so much?
Hey, yo, no, I don't hate
brother,
him.
Why you hate him?
I didn't watch, but I don't know where to put him. So the first thing he's playing against Toledo competition, which already is like, okay, what do I do with this? I don't even know who he's lined up against. Okay. But it's like more so like they just play off man coverage, and it's like I guess it makes sense because he's a freaky athlete. He's like 6 foot. He ran a 4.340.
That's like, all right, why he can play off man coverage.
He plays like a field corner. It's like, all right, this makes sense, right? Just let him see the route, dive on it. You're good. But then when I watched him in the Senior Bowl and I thought I went through his one-on-ones and I thought it was good. But you see, like, it's like, okay, he clearly hasn't played press much at all. Because, like, while there's some good there, there's also some like, yo, why is this guy getting open on him that easy? Like, there was one, I think, on Luke.
Like, how tall is he?
It's at 6 foot. He's about 6 foot even.
6 even? How much do you weigh? You know, I'm sorry.
Over 200. I think he weighs over 200. I mean, he's
I
built like a running
can't
back.
make the argument for a press. Then I really can't.
No, you can. I shouldn't
He's
say it.
the
You can
athlete.
make
He's an
arguments.
athlete
It's
though,
not
where
there
maybe he
yet.
could, right?
What? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I'm the inebriated
Go
guy.
ahead. I talk. Go ahead.
Is he enough of an athlete where you could see him doing it though?
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. It's just like I feel like once you get to your top 1, 2, 3, you have to like nitpick. Like there's no question dude's a round 1 pick. Like no question at
Yeah.
all. And he would fit for
Oh,
like I think you
day.
could make it work for any team.
Oh,
But it's just like for us, I'm just like, or not even us. This is like if you're saying who's my top, like my number 1 corner, because I could pick issues with Arnold, but with him, it's just like I don't even see him playing a different coverage type, so I'm not gonna put him at 1 yet.
Can I? So Arnold's CB1 because of, I guess like what are the? Can we rewind to that real quick? What are the attributes that makes him CB1 for you? Just
all right.
If you already said it,
So,
I apologize.
No, I did. The first thing would be I think he's like for his 40 time, which I have it listed here, 4.5 flat. He ran a 4.54 at his pro day, which that's what was listed as. 5'11" and a half, 189, 21 years old. The first thing would be for a guy that had that 40 time, I thought his play speed was still good. I thought he had like one of the twitchiest lower bodies that I've seen. Like you said, how fluid it is.
Yeah.
Like whether that was press, I thought his transition ability was the best that I've seen.
Hips.
So like, bro, that's what the hips.
Yeah.
It's the plant and drive. It's like, yo, this is like the best that I've seen from any cornerback. Now I do think like it's going to depend on maybe like the team, but like the press coverage was really good. I thought he was good in every category, but I thought he stood out as a press corner. So again, it's probably still like if you're a team that once Quinion Mitchell played a lot of like to the field side, he played a lot to the far side. So it's like, all right, we got more space over here. Just back him up, let him dive on the route. If you just want that style, and you could argue the Lions do to just put an opposite of Carlton Davis. If they're both sitting there, they would go with that guy. And I'm like, that makes sense. I mean, you could even argue he has higher upside. But like Arnold, so legit impressed right now for being that young, where there's still things like FBI wise I want to clean up. His run support's awesome, which I wasn't expecting. I was like, yo, he's taking on blocks, he's hitting dude. So it's like he's just super well rounded, and I think he's way better as a mover than any of his numbers would suggest. So I'm like, yeah, there's no like I'll put him at 1, but you can make arguments for the others.
And then so who's 2 for you then?
Two would probably see that's tough. I haven't seen enough. I got to keep watching Mitchell. I would think from what I've seen so far, you'd have to put Mitchell. But for me as a Lions fan, I like Nate Wiggins too.
Yeah,
I like Nate Wiggins too.
I think he's got the same kind of hips and obviously faster too. I think the concern is like the weight, obviously.
Oh yeah. No, I mean it's legit. I mean, no, the cornerback room is loaded, bro. To be honest with you, Neighbors will never fall to us. Yeah, I don't think he will either. Hey, yo, Neighbors ain't falling here, bro.
I won't. Neighbors at 29.
Yo, hey, chat's going crazy, bro. We're getting close to the draft. The rumors.
Chat is wild. I saw a mock today. I saw a mock today that had Byron Murphy at 29. I was like, brother, you know how many like lambs and goats you have to sacrifice and deities you have to pray for that to happen. Murphy is not falling to 29. If he falls to 29, I'll eat this shirt live on stream. I like that. That kid is way too good to be falling to 29. That would be insane. He's gonna make it past the Saints.
No, it would be. He's too good of a pass rusher, bro. His numbers are crazy too to back him up.
His lower half, bro. He's got that like lower center of gravity and like the strength alongside it.
Yeah,
he's gonna be a stud no matter where he goes. Most guys I can't see last year, I was like, he needs a big guy next to him to eat blocks where he's seeing like one-on-one situations. Murphy, he's good. He's good no matter where he goes.
Yeah. And then you see him like on pass downs, like they'll play him out outside of a tackle. But yeah, it's like, bro, when you put him over the center, he's nasty. It's like dudes can't handle him on the inside. He's got so much that he can put. Now I do wonder a little bit, like he's like a tough one for me if you're trying to like fit him to the Lions. Cause like I would like if he was sitting there at 29, I don't know how we would pass on him. But I do still wonder like how natural is it? Like just in terms of build. You know, like you say, he's strong in the lower body, but he doesn't really have the length. He's definitely on the shorter side, which is fine. He's not really like he don't look like a like kind of like the Aleem body type or the Levi body type when we brought him in. He's strong. I think he's almost looks like he's a lot more lean than he does kind of like bulky. You know what I mean? So I do wonder a little bit about that. But no, 29 would be crazy.
He's like a lean. He's like a lean bulky though. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still like thick.
He's strong, bro. He's strong. Yeah.
And bro, he's athletic too. I think that's a feature. Like, did he play running back? He played a few snaps. I think caught a touchdown pass and ran a touchdown pass at Texas.
That's nice.
Pretty sure.
I didn't know.
I know he for sure ran one. Catching one.
That's actually nuts.
That could just be the inebriated part of the conversation, but yeah.
Okay. I mean, hey, bro, look, Hey, real quick, did you see this news? Someone brought it up kind of randomly here about Tandre. I know you're a Tandre Sweat guy. One of the DTs I haven't got to yet.
I was, but I wasn't like really good, and he fit what I wanted next to us. But like at the combine, he weighed in like the second heaviest of all time at the position, if I'm not mistaken. Which like I remember one of the very first conversations Dan Campbell had. One of his, by the way, phenomenal. Obviously, everyone knows by now he's the quote master. But one of the things, we don't want no turds here. But what came along with that was guys coming into camp overweight and out of shape. Brother didn't weigh in at the Senior Bowl, and then he weighs in as the second heaviest defensive tackle of like all time. That's not,
It's not good.
through the combine at least. While the combines existed, that's just not a good sign of like what we know a Dan Campbell guy to be. He doesn't like turds. He doesn't like guys coming in overweight. And obviously, I'm not trying to poo-poo on the kid's character because I don't know him as a human being. But I think like him having this DWI kind of just kind of I guess more validation of his like I don't say he doesn't love the game, but like doesn't love it to a T where he's like making sure he's making the right choices off the field.
Yeah. And I hate that, like it's like a just on the outside because like we won't get that inside knowledge. I won't speak on like not this one's not a good example that like some of the things I can remember when Micah was like I have no idea what's going on with this dude. I just remember hearing it and it was like I don't think he was awesome. It was like this is a heck of a player, man. This one I haven't seen him, so I don't know on that side. But yeah, that and then I had heard he didn't weigh in, I believe at the Senior Bowl.
Exactly. What? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You didn't weigh in at the Senior Bowl? Yeah, so
not weigh in at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, that's it's concerning, bro. That feels like it feels like something the Lions probably wouldn't do. But at the same time, saying that now they will. So expect Tandre Sweat to be our 71st pick. All right, let's do it. You ready to get this thing started?
Let's do it.
All right. You want to start with yours or mine?
Rock, paper, scissors.
All right, let's do it.
Rock, paper.
2 rocks or just 1 rock?
What are you doing? You're not doing the.
I thought we were doing 2 rocks.
What are you doing? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Why are you so much slower than me, Dion?
Hey, it's the lag. You know what I'm saying? No, I didn't cheat. Okay, go ahead.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Hey, okay.
That's you.
Hey, that's clean. All right, you go ahead.
All right, that's fair W.
Because I feel like last time I started, so I think here's a strategy, Easy. If I go second, the chat will kind of forget yours, and they'll be like, "Oh, dang, I like that one that I just saw." So
but they'll remember how bad it was. That's what I'm saying. They'll remember how
that's actually
that was bad. And it'll be fresh in their mind, like, damn, anything other than that, whatever that was. All right, let's do me first.
All right. Hey, chat, this is a little bit blurry because I'm trying to hide it. So just so y'all know, this is gonna be a little bit blurry, but it's all good. It's all you'll be able to make out who it is. All right. So Easy. Hey, yo, I'm sorry, chat. Easy, get it started.
Yo, why is that so blurry? I'm playing.
I don't know. It is trash. But you didn't trade. And you went with a receiver, as we can see. So yes. I want to ask you this then. So you're taking a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Where, if I said, okay, you have to wait. You have to wait for a receiver. How long? You have to wait.
Wow.
How long do you think the Lions could wait, hypothetically, for drafting a receiver? No other free agent additions.
They could wait to the 5th if they wanted to. 4th or 5th round, I'd say.
Okay. Got to get that 4th round pick, chat. Got to.
Maybe. I mean, it depends what caliber guy you want and what you want out of them. Like, I think there's guys in this up until the 3rd or 4th where you're getting a day one guy. I really do. It's just that, like, in this draft scenario is a mixture of, like, what I would do in BPA and what they've actually kind of been, like, tinkering around, what they've been looking at. Shout out the Rap Cave. But at 29, the guys I wanted, and I'm fair warning here, too, I restarted this mock draft 3 times to try to get Kool-Aid McKinstry or somebody else I liked more. It just wasn't happening based on the sliders I sent you. So I took the BPA / need, and it was A.D. Mitchell. 6'2", 200-pound wide receiver out of Texas who has touchdown on Kool-Aid McKinstry. And if I'm not mistaken, you can correct me on this. Didn't he get Terry Arnold too?
I believe he had on that game. I believe he had 3 receptions on Kool-Aid McKinstry for 78 yards.
Correct.
I believe.
And that's good.
He was, bro. Okay, real quick, I just want to say this as a side note because, like, I had my note. This is one of the first. I had to revisit this one. I still got notes in here too, but
Mhm.
if you just watch Texas for anybody that's not Adonai Mitchell or AD Mitchell,
Yeah.
he still pops. Like he's still making plays left and right. And you're like, oh, there he is. You like him even more not looking for him.
Yes, exactly. When I you want to know, honest to God, Dion, and I'm ashamed to admit this, but when I first found him, I was actually watching Xavier Worthy. I turned on like one of those like blank verse and Texas, or I'm sorry, Alabama was the first one I watched. And I was like, yo, who's Shorty over here?
Yeah.
And Shorty happened to be AD Mitchell. And I know with the departure of Josh Reynolds, who like I argue with my chat personally, and I ended up being right, by the way. I'm taking that as a W about the importance of him, because Brad Holmes said that was like the last like priority that he didn't accomplish. Everything else they prioritized, they accomplished. And Josh Reynolds was the last one they couldn't get. AD Mitchell is a big moment player. And I said that. That was my thought. I didn't just read that off the screen just now.
Yo, the reason I clicked on this is because one of the traits they would always have us look up for receiver was clutch. It was one of like it wasn't a critical factor, but it was a category. And he was like one of the first players that actually like, oh, let's come up with information here. And for me, it was rises to the moment. That was the first line that I had. So like to that comment, absolutely facts. Absolutely facts.
Right?
Go ahead, AZ. Keep speaking on your guy, because I like this pick. I think it makes sense.
No, I just think he's a very fluid, long body guy. A little bit shorter than Josh Reynolds, obviously, but I think he fits in that X / like Y position where you kind of move him around, but also get what you wanted out of Josh Reynolds. And it also helps you utilize DPJ in moments you want to utilize him versus force him into that X role. I like Adonai Mitchell. I think he's faced a lot of elite talent. Obviously, had a really good quarterback at Texas too, but I think he's one of the better wide receivers of this draft class. And BPA wise, I just couldn't pass up on him in this situation, just based off PFF board as well, because obviously I didn't scroll all the way down, but I was happy enough with him to take him. Receiver was enough of a need.
Hey, this is like the one player I haven't mocked yet, so I like it. It's like one, bro. I like, and it's to me like the quick note to replace Josh. I thought he's a big time ball tracking. Pause, but that plus also body control. So it's like, all right, it'll work, man. It'll work. And he opens. He's effective everywhere. He's not like as much as I like Brian Thomas. What happened?
Nothing. My girlfriend just keeps trying to distract me.
Oh snap! Okay.
Oh, this camera's nice, bro. It's motion. Look at this. I'm gonna turn towards you. No. But look. It stays on me the whole time.
Dang, easy.
I am, but you're worthy enough to distract the interviews. People like when you distract us all the time. Why would you distracted the fuck out of us today for when you just came in and stared at us? Sorry, guys. Yeah. It's my girlfriend. She's so crazy. It's my balls.
Worthy, maybe. I was surprised, Jet. Like when I went back through, like I had a lot of higher notes than I thought I did on Worthy, because I feel like we talk about him, I just think of him as a speed guy, but yeah, Worthy's legit too, man. He's probably a first round guy. I mean, the speed.
No way. You think so?
I don't think Legette's a first round guy from what I've seen, but I think Worthy is. Yeah.
So I think Legette could go round one.
I don't think he will right now, but I might change my mind. But I think Worthy. I think what I've seen so far, like Worthy has enough there. Like, yeah, he's first round, not just speed alone. Yeah, because like Worthy's their punt returner too, and he's super tough. So,
yeah, personally, I would draft Bethany like number 1 overall. She's got the body type and like personality. It's grown on me since watching all the film. So it's. I wasn't always there for number 1 overall, but like I would do it now, probably for sure.
Okay,
could be the liquor. Who knows?
Hey, all right, hey chat, let's keep it going. We got all right. Now I ain't gonna lie, Easy. I saw this name. I'm not a big fan of this one, to be real with you. I have to revisit it again, but I wasn't a big fan of this player. I feel like he's overhyped.
I already know what you're gonna say.
Did you make a trade? Did you make a trade here? I want to make sure.
I did. No, I didn't. Well, I did make a trade. A few of them actually.
Okay, you didn't make a trade.
So
all right, here we go.
Yeah,
break it down.
Christian Haynes, and I already know what you're gonna say. He's stockier than you like, right? Like this is a body type that you're not a fan of, because like he has 33-inch arms and he's super athletic. He's like what you want a Jonah to be, but I feel like stronger.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
No, I mean, look,
Where's the
you
beef?
asking me something? I'm gonna be honest. I'd have to go back to my notes, but all I know is my trades grades were a lot lower than a second round pick would be.
I
That's all.
like the. Yeah, I mean that's fair. Again, the
Like it.
PFF board kind of
They love him. A lot of people like him because you're right. He's a freaky
weird
athlete. So
fucking shirt. Sorry, she's gone now. Hate to see
a lot
it.
of people like him, though, so
Love
I'm
to
kind of
watch
on
him
an island.
leave. You know what I'm saying, Dion?
I don't think you got to talk to Chad into this one. I think a lot of people like him. All right. Well.
Oh, sorry.
easy
Yeah.
choice.
So Christian
Oh, you're
Haynes.
good. Keep
So
going.
from you, the traits you said you didn't like. I know he's like 6'2". He's a little stockier than I want him to be because I do believe they value the versatility and a lot of guys. I don't think he has that. I think he's just a pure straight up guard in my opinion, but a good one. And with Zeitler being freaking 58 and Graham being like 30, whatever he is, but Zeitler's like 34 and definitely older. I don't know. I just feel like you're getting a guy in there right now, but I understand where you're coming from. He doesn't offer the versatility to play the center role. He kind of just limited at playing with a guard role, and you just don't know how long Zeitler and or Graham are going to be there. So, it's more of a BPA approach, in my opinion.
I could be wrong on this one though, but you're right. Like he's super athletic. He's 6'2.5", 318, super long arms, nearly 34 inches, which is crazy for a guard, especially for that height. And he's like super twitchy. Like as soon as you watch it, boom, he pops. But I had, and I won't go through it all, but I had below average in pass pro. I had average as a run blocker, below average in awareness, below average in anchor. So like for me, it was a lot of just not good grades. Like not that would be a second round pick. But again, this was a big finisher. So I mean, the Lions would like that feisty finisher. So I might just be wrong on this one, man. I might just be wrong, and I need to revisit it. And I'm cool with that. But chat, let us know. How do y'all feel about Christian Haynes? Give him a grade for that one, and then we'll keep it moving.
Do you think he goes outside the second round though? Keep in mind we're in the back half.
From what I have, yes. From what I have, yes. I wouldn't put him in the second round
because he's black.
Well, that's not why. That's crazy.
He said, "Well."
All right, let's keep it moving, man.
I'm sorry. All right, let's.
All right, here we go. Now let's see. Do we got? Hey yo. Oh, we did. Okay, here's the trade. So we were at 71. Oh, you traded back.
Yeah,
you traded back. Okay, so I won't go to the pick yet.
You like that? Only traded back 3 spots.
Okay.
2
and
spots.
You got 145 and 203. I mean, yeah, I'm with that.
And by the way, chat, you'll like what I got at 145. I promise.
Agreed, Ryan. Go ahead. Okay.
I moved back, and I know you approve this next pick because.
Whoa, easy. What is this, bro?
Hey, listen, my guy was still there.
Wait.
So with the Broncos pick, this is literally what happened. The Broncos were up, and they don't have a second round pick, if I'm not mistaken. In round 1, they took Terrion Arnold, and I was like, okay, well, they didn't address that quarterback position. I could probably get a lot for little right now because and Spencer Rattler was right there where I was picking. That's my mindset, at least. I was sober at that time. So I was like, yo, let me get this off. And then the guy that I wanted is a guy that you and I both approve of was still available. And Washington was up and also had a couple needs they didn't address yet. So I was like, let me collect some more. And
okay. Yeah, you collected a lot, 2 5th-round picks and 6.
Do you approve?
No, I rock with it. It's like the Hendon Hooker thing, right? Didn't we trade back a couple times? So
we moved up for Hooker, didn't we?
Well, I think we initially moved back, and then we might have moved up. I don't know. Chat, you got to remind it. All right, let's keep it going. Who do we got though? Oh yeah. I rock with that. I didn't even know you took him. Okay,
I'm
on board.
Pick 78, Austin Booker. That's a guy that you and I have both taken it earlier within the same round. Obviously, the Detroit Lions' original 3rd round pick. But again, I just think obviously the measurements weren't what we expected. We've been over this, but if anybody didn't watch the last one, measurements weren't what I expected it to be in terms of like athletic traits. But the tape still spoke to me where I appreciate the length. I appreciate the rawness. And I just really think he'd be turned to like a scary edge rusher, especially alongside, again, the pairing of Lee McNeil, DJ Reader, and dare even say Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, that's not a pair at that point. You're looking at a triplet or whatever you want to use. But I think, although raw with that those pieces along next to him, he'll still be able to be productive on top of like whatever Terrell Williams ends up turning him into. I'm really high on Austin Booker.
Yeah, Austin Booker's a dog. I won't go down that path again. Check out the last episode, like Easy said. Hey, maybe we do our mock. If we do a 2-round mock, maybe he finds his way in round 2. Maybe not, but maybe. Hey, we'll see. We'll see, man, because I'm on board with that one. All right, next up. Ooh, I like this. I saw that you put this on here. You changed it up a little bit. This dude pops quick too. Christian Boyd, Northern Iowa. Break this one down easy. I like that one.
So I'm not gonna lie. At this point, it was a little bit of a reach. I know one. That's a guy they visited with. Sorry, I just read a wild text. It's a guy that they visited with in the past. A guy that took part in the Shrine Bowl, and although he went to Northern Illinois, it's easy to say that he was an older guy that dominated like lesser competition. In the Shrine Bowl, he did the same thing. And essentially, he just became this guy that is kind of what you want DJ Reader to be, but also the prospect of being what DJ Reader kind of is. Which is kind of actually not fair to compare him to because DJ Reader is actually really, really good at what he does. Yeah. A miniature version, college version of that, I should say, but also a sneaky pass rush from the interior, in my opinion. Like his counters, his hands, strong, violent. He's just hard to move. And I just feel like I don't know what to expect out of Broderick Martin. I'm hoping Terrell Williams could fix that. But if not, here comes another kid who I think you could utilize both as that block eater and a guy who could probably get after a quarterback on certain downs if he's used limitedly.
Yeah, no, I mean, what you were saying makes sense. You think about Aleem McNeil, you think about DJ Reader, 6'2", 320. So he like fits right into the similar size, not much length, so he doesn't stand out there. But what you said, he plays on third downs. So he was still an effective pass rusher then. He played well against Iowa State, which was good competition. And then also on top of that, it's like his first step, I thought the reaction time was good. Doesn't cover a lot of ground, but the reaction time was good, has some balance, can be a little slippery for double teams. So like there's something there. Again, another guy I'll probably have to watch more, but I don't know that I don't think this is a reach from what I've seen so far, to be honest with you.
You like it?
Looks like it could be low. I mean, because here's the issue. Quick side note, like defensive tackle this year, man, there's like no consensus. I've seen people think Mason Smith is round 2, which is nuts to me. I mean, he's got freakish length, great size, but he doesn't put it out there. Like, you don't see it. But because of that, like a dude like this, someone going with a small school, I could see it. I could see a guy like this working his way up, especially, the Tandre Sweat thing. If you're looking for a nose tackle, yeah, nose tackles that bring pass rush, that's got value.
You saw that? You saw that too out of him?
Yeah.
He's got a little bit. He's got a bag. He's older though. I think that's why he has the bag, right? But like, nonetheless, it's there, and I think he proved himself in the Shrine Bowl that he's got the build in itself. On top of just looking at the guy, dude, he looks like, I don't want to say a boulder, and people think he's like wide. He's like a boulder where it's like a triangle almost. Like he's got. I like him. And defensive tackles. A shout to Jim Schwartz. He's kind of one that started that trend, but a lot of those guys rotate now anyway. Yeah, I mean DJ Reader would probably be a 3-down guy. Lee McNeil will be a 3-down guy now too because he's cut a little bit of weight. But like, I mean, he's still a rotational piece that you could utilize. And I really do like him. Again, like if last year we lost Lee McNeil to a little bit of an MCL. DJ Reader obviously doing his quad stuff. Like, I think there's some upside there, and obviously he could plug and play right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think you got to have depth back there. And some of my mocks I don't have it, but it'd be good to have some. It'd be really good to have some. And that's I did a mock video. I don't know how the chat felt, to be honest. I took now he slipped my mind. I took dude from Michigan. Chris Jenkins. I took Chris Jenkins. So much higher, but I mean, same reason, to be honest. Like, I'll fit him in somewhere.
Yeah. So, I know we're sidebarring here, and if we don't have to if you don't want to, but like Chris Jenkins, I get what he did in college. I really do. I almost feel like his build is just too small to be what he was in college. Like his build at the NFL level, I feel like it's more of a pass rushing defensive tackle, where like I just don't know if he's going to hold down blocks like he did in college at the NFL level, just through the size and the athletic traits and the shine either to me.
Yeah, no, I think it makes sense. I thought he was way too much of a flash player. My thing is it does feel like it could be scheme dependent, but I feel like because of the length and like what you said, he's listed under 300 pounds. Like he's definitely not a chunky guy. He doesn't look like that at all, but yet he still played interior. I think that the reason I made it make sense, I think, for the Lions is if you ask him to not necessarily, just split gaps, just shoot gaps, because Lions don't do that. But if they play into that system of, hey, attack the offensive lineman and then play off of that, I think Chris Jenkins can do that because he does play with a lot of pop. I think the first step is there. He has got a lot of strength too. He's really strong in the upper body. So I'm with you. Like the body type isn't something that looks great for an interior guy, especially against double teams. Like I don't think this is going to work. But if you ask him to just play uphill and through offensive linemen, I think that could work. I almost kind of think like the Grovert Stewart role. If you watch how Grovert Stewart plays with Indianapolis as their 2 technique right over a guard, if you kind of ask him to do something like that, I think he could be really effective. I'd be a little bit wider. But I also thought Chris Jenkins is like one of those dudes where, he's played outside of a tight end. You could put Chris Jenkins in the same spot that you put Kaminsky or Pascal at times. So,
yeah. I like Christian Boyd. It may have been a reach per PFF. I really don't feel that way though. I liked where I got him, and I do feel like again, guy you could play right away if you had to.
Quick side note: we need someone like I like Dorless too. He listed it at 270. He worked out with the ends. He didn't test well because of that. I didn't. If he's an interior guy, he's not built to play in this defense right now. Like at all. Like he's a great pass rusher on the interior. I mean, he is one of my highest pass rush grades in general, but he's not built to play the run in there right now. You'd have to change his body type or something. And he probably could. But okay, let's keep it moving. Because you acquired some. Oh, dang, easy. Okay. Oh no, I skipped it. So you traded up. Oh, okay, that's why that makes sense. That makes sense. You traded up. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the backstory.
Well, look what I got. Back-to-back picks. Wait, no, was that the back-to-backs? No, it was not. I lied. Sorry. No, I did get the back-to-backs. I got 141, 142.
Oh, yeah, you did. No, you did. I didn't even read that. Okay. And you got Nelson Caesar. I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah. Little bit of there's that Sam linebacker. A little bit for you, as well as a guy who can get that speed rush without sacrificing the run game. Like I feel like we have to do with James Houston at times. Because he does obviously has that amazing get off. But the 6-foot frame, I feel like that's why they kind of limit him or try to keep him at that same spot rather than like making him a full-time defensive end and or edge rusher. Where I feel like with Nelson Caesar, you can utilize him both ways. Just from the little bit that I caught, I didn't get to dive in too much. If I'm not mistaken, I think they actually met with him at the combine too. I could be wrong on that. But I feel like he gave you a little bit of speed rush without sacrificing the run game, essentially, as a takeaway from that one. And maybe even ends up playing linebacker, but played more so on the line at obviously a smaller school too. But I think he's got the traits.
No, it was an interesting one. You're right. He played off ball versus Texas, and then UCF, for example, played on the end. So I'm with you. Like that Sam backer role fits perfect. 6'2", 254. It fits really well for him. I don't know that he moved well to play off ball. I think you have to kind of make it more of an edge. Like I don't think in coverage you want to play him off ball. So this makes sense. Yeah, no, this makes sense. But you did draft Booker though. Do you see like overlap there? Are you cool with maybe Booker?
Yeah, you're trying to win the vote over. I see what you did with that.
The chat said it, so I'm just bringing it up with the chat.
That's fine.
You know what I mean?
That's fine.
Hey,
I have a plethora.
You drafted the same player twice, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Same player. Austin Booker's so much longer and athletic.
Dang. Now he's lying.
I think Booker's more of a project with high upside that can play now. Yeah. But now Caesar's like a little bit like just he's going to be. He's going to be that edge role. And by the way, as you try to win that vote over, let me campaign add you real quick and let you know these body types are going to be highly coveted with the new kickoff rule. Okay, these 6'2", 240, 230 guys, both he and Austin Booker fit that mold. So take that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah. What's he gonna do on special teams? Easy.
Huh?
What's he gonna do on special teams?
He's gonna eat people alive. What do you mean? Look at him. His last name's Caesar. Do you not know who Caesar is? He conquered.
Yeah, no, that's true. All right. Yeah, he talked me into it. I like it. All right, let's continue. We got another trade? No. Okay.
Dang. I got those back-to-backs. Well, no.
A lot of picks, man. This will be fun to watch. A lot of picks like this. I like this.
I don't know. Probably a little too trade happy, but like when I saw those opportunities there, I'm like, how do I say no to like 41 and 42 for just moving up 3 spots and giving away something later? Zach Zinter. Boom. I know you weren't a fan of the Christian Hayes. Dion, there's no way you're telling me you're not a fan of Zach Zinter.
I have not seen Zach Zinter specifically enough to give you
because he's white. I'm just kidding.
No.
I do it
No,
with Chris Haynes, so I had to do it again with Zach Zinter, even out there a little bit there.
I haven't, bro. And I've heard like people like Zach Zinter the most. I like Trevor Keegan, so I got to assume I'm like Zach Zinter. And I've heard he's the better athlete of the three. So look, man, you go to the Michigan offensive lineman, it should work out, especially as a backup. That's what it's an easy get. You don't have to watch the dude. You just expect Michigan offensive lineman. He's a guard. Probably going to work out. He'll probably make your roster. May not start, but he'll make your roster. Also, I've heard that this guy has gotten buzz at a point to be like a second round, third round kind of guy, day 2 dude. And then obviously he got hurt, but he's expected to be ready for the season. So
I moved back in the draft and still acquired a guy who was a leader on a national championship game before going down with injury. So again, I don't know how you're gonna beat this.
Yeah, I can hear you reading the description.
No, I'm not. I'm really not. I'm texting Beth, and I got a text from like an iMessage thing. I don't know who that. I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't do that.
You're good, bro. You're good. A Kool-Aid Kid says opinions on Hooker going to be a future starter quarterback or not. It would be nice to hear that chat's opinion as well. I'll say this right now. I say no. I mean, Easy Prize is a different take to me. You know, that's cool. Goff is the dude for me. I'd pay him. I don't know where that number is going to fall. You know, there's been rumors and stuff where it's going to fall. I think you pay him. I think you proved that he can win with him being paid. So I expect him to get paid, but I also think Hendon Hooker being here is great. You know, if you leave yourself an out, maybe down the road he steps in. We need to have a backup quarterback, so we don't have to worry about that. If Hendon Hooker turns into he's just a backup here, I'm cool with that because that means Goff hit, and so did Hendon Hooker. Both of them sticking around. You get a lot of even a third round dudes that just they're not even sticking around, man. You know what I mean? Like think about this for example. It was a different draft class, but like in the UFL, whatever it's called, that thing, dude out of Ole Miss, that quarterback, I can't think of his name. He was like a third round pick, I think. And
Matt Corral?
Matt Corral, he's playing in that league now. I mean, it's been a couple years. He's already over there. Malik
Lewis,
I didn't even know.
But hold on, though. Hooker played in multiple different systems. He was a Heisman candidate. He's like 6'5".
Yeah.
The accuracy was insane. He's a better prospect, in my opinion. Older, obviously.
Oh, I agree with that. I agree with that. I do agree with that. Matt Corral.
Yeah, I think he's better than Matt Corral. Here's my thing. I think, and I've been kind of vocal on this too, and I know I'm in the minority of it. I'm sticking to it. It's just how I truly feel. If it goes the other way, like I'm not going to be surprised. I'm being quite honest with you. I don't think Jared Goff gets re-signed until next year. If it's not a disrespect thing, no one take it that way. It's just business thing. If I'm being quite honest with you, like you invested in Hendon Hooker, in which you made the trade up for, if I'm not mistaken. If you want to look that up, you factually correct.
They traded back twice to get Hooker, and they traded up for the nose tackle, but it was still a third round pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you traded up. Hold on, I gotta look it up now.
Now it was back-to-back trade back, but it was regardless, it was like pick 83 or something, right? Or 68, something like that.
Yes,
bro. We both liked him. I know that we talked before that draft.
Yeah,
a lot of people thought he'd be a round one guy. I'm with you. I mean, there's reasons that he wasn't injury, age, consistency on easy throws. And then obviously the weird offense. It was like, what is this? But like we said, like when Joe Milton stepped in, that thing they fell off. I mean, I understand they had a couple weapons. Cedric Tillman was fine. You had Jalen Hyatt who flashed this past year, but it wasn't like they were loaded. That man changed that entire program to beat Alabama. Like that, he made that thing work. So I love the fact that we have Hooker, but it would have to be a situation, and maybe this is wrong. I almost feel like and maybe this is because I bought in to believe in that Goff would be the guy when he first got here, but I'm at the point where I would have to see reasons to believe that you don't pay Goff for me not to just roll with Goff. Like I'm not in any rush to move off of that, but I think that's a good problem. If you're telling me I'm paying a quarterback and dang, I have Hooker as my backup, oh man, I'm okay with that problem. We'll deal with money elsewhere. We'll figure it out. That's a problem I'm okay to deal with because there's like so many teams that just don't have a quarterback. Like, what the heck are the Giants going to do? We're going side thing here. Like, bro, what are it's like there's teams that don't even know what they're doing. I'm okay with that issue. We'll make it work. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I think with Hooker, I guess to answer that question really is number one, I think there really is. I mean, as we said, we thought of him highly as a prospect. Number two, just when you hear these players and coaches speak of him, it really fits that mold of a guy you can see being a guy, if I'm being quite honest. You just whether it's like the arm attributes, whether it's like the leadership attributes, they're all positive things. And I'm talking about like post-draft too, not just like leading up to the draft. Just like 3 weeks ago, Lee McNeil did an interview on the Green Light podcast, and he's talking about his arm being smooth as butter. I remember who's our quarterback coach? I can't think of his name off.
Brunel.
Mark Brunell, thank you. He was kind of drooling over the natural like throwing motion. Dan Campbell talked about he's out there whipping spirals and couldn't help himself from smiling. I think business wise, you would want to see what that is while fully healthy and a full off season of the offensive installation to see what you have in him before making a long term commitment to Goff. And again, not in a disrespectful way too, because we just had Lamar Jackson, who just won the MVP, didn't get re-signed until after his last year of his contract. Actually ended up getting franchise tagged before that all got smoothed out and extended long term. Like it's not a disrespect thing; it's just a business thing. And I do think you can still extend Goff and still continue to win because of the way they backload these cap hits, the amount of rookie deals that we have and been working with. So like, I'm not discounting that at all. I just think investment wise, you would want to see what you have in that before locking yourself up to a piece that feels, and this is the part where people are going to get mad, that feels heavily reliant on the system and the performance of the offensive line. And it's not that any quarterback's not. I think Goff more so needs to stick to the script. And that's part of the reason why he's so nasty against blitzes now, is he knows where everyone's going to be. You know what I'm saying? That you can't blitz Goff like you used to be able to pressure him into doing stupid stuff. You can get pressure on him and make him do stupid stuff like he did in that Rams playoff game, threw the ball backwards and whatever that was. Like you could pressure him, but you can always send the blitz and that be a threat enough for him to make a mistake because he knows where everyone is. So he's just, anytime a play breaks outside of structure, I just feel like you don't know what you're getting. Where a guy like Hooker, we obviously know either Tucker run, throw on that run. He's the type of guy who can turn chicken shit and chicken soup, whether it's Ben Johnson there or somebody else. So I just think you want to find out what you have in that.
In the preseason, right? Like to wrap it.
Preseason, practice, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. Okay. Yep, I agree. All right.
Sorry.
We'll keep it rolling. No, I was just trying to make sure that, okay, we're on the same page. They definitely need to see him. So you took Nehemiah Pritchett.
Yes. Nehemiah Pritchett.
That's cool.
A guy once more they met with that I actually was just kind of hunting for a position of need rather than grabbing BPA. And I still got the B-, so I'll take it.
All right.
But
all right.
There's a guy I like. The stuff that I didn't like with Kool-Aid's tape, Pritchett had. He had that quickness to go and stick to you if you needed to. Obviously not like elite hips. Otherwise, you'd be talking about him getting drafted a lot sooner. But he had enough to where like there's a prospect is what you're doing here this late in the draft. You're prospecting for guys that could be better than what they were collegiately, and I think Nehemiah Pritchett fit that mold.
All right with it. I didn't know they met with him. So you got that news, man. You're the news guy for that. I appreciate that because then I'm like, oh
yeah, I know a few guys. I just
man, I try not to now because like in the past when they would like meet with dudes in the top 30 visits, I would just mock those and then they would draft none of them. And I'm like, dang, bro, I just like went. But these are draftable guys, so it makes sense to look into them. Okay, let's keep it going. Oh, another trade. All right, big trade up. You just package those things. I want to make a guess because I don't know who you're gonna go here. Let me make a guess. You got a guard. You got two guards.
Yeah.
You got Chet. He drafted the same player at two positions twice. Just keep that in mind.
Okay, hold on, Mr. Campaign here.
You got
Zeitler and Graham are both old. Okay.
All right. So you took another guard. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna get. Yo, it's got to be a safety, bro.
Oof.
It's got to be a safety.
No. This was what you said you did. A punt.
Yeah, he can't win.
Truly a punt.
Oh, dang. I kind of showed the last one. I'm just going to show them both.
Show that. Yeah, go ahead.
Cool with that. Yeah.
Now, I grabbed Hampton on purpose because I did watch him while I was watching. They got a corner over there, too. He's like a third rounder right now. I can't think of his name.
Washington does?
Yeah. Whatever. I was watching him, and Hampton kept popping up, and I was like, yo, I like this kid.
Yeah.
So, I actually know who he is. Julian Pearl was a punt. Not gonna lie, complete punt.
I'm not mad. I thought we drafted. Hey, I won't say nothing there. All right, I'm right with it. I mean, overall easy. How would you grade your mock? You know what I mean? Like that's the real question. I need to know what you think about this. Like if you walk back and this was a draft, because the way I'm looking at it, this is like a solid D minus. But if you saw this, don't play it. If you saw this, what would you grade this?
You grade that mother effer an A++. That honestly, that's great.
Now this is a fun draft. I ain't gonna lie. There's certain things I don't love, but like this is a fun draft. This is a fun draft. Easy. You had a lot of positions too. The trading will be fun. You got our dude Austin Booker
I
in
do
there.
love those trades. I'm not gonna lie,
bro. I could see a world in which Adonai Mitchell, like we step back and he's the best receiver in this class. Maybe not named Harrison or like he could easily separate himself as he's the number 3 receiver. People shouldn't have been playing around with this. He's better than Brian Thomas. He's more well-rounded. Better than Troy Franklin. He's more well-rounded. Like he could separate himself as he's definitely the 3rd best receiver. So I like this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I feel like you want to vote for this one. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it I'll vote for it was bad. But, actually, no, we don't do the vote yet. We got to do it after mine because I don't want to. Because unless you want me to just do grades, you want me to just like ask for them to click a letter grade.
No, I mean, yeah, we can do that. I mean, no, we wait. We'll wait.
All right, we'll wait, chat. All right, we got a C+ already in here. Yeah, seems a little high. All right, we'll move.
C+ is way low, by the way. I cannot believe someone just gave me a C+.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't think this draft's good. I'm looking at mine, bro. I don't think I'm gonna win this, man. So I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta do what I gotta do.
I cleaned up on those trades, man. I apologize.
Bro, why is mine more blurry than yours, dog? All right. The first couple picks you may not be able to read. It'll get better. It'll get better, chat. Trust me on this. We're going to do the grade at the end. All right, you have to pick which one you like more at the end. So stay tuned. We're about to go through mine. Let's go. Bam. Easy. Can you read this?
Pick 33. And
okay.
Pick 101 for, I'm assuming, 29.
Yes, sir. Move back with Carolina. See, easy. Look, let's start with this, though. Just so everybody understand. I've been keeping it real.
I got to let somebody in the door.
Okay, you do your thing. I'm going to talk to the chat for a second.
I'm listening. I got.
Okay. Hey, I keep it real, chat. Here's the thing. I pull out the draft chart when I'm doing this thing. Okay, so this is legit. All right, I'm not just using PFF. I'm trying to make these numbers accurate. Dang, he dropped the pick as full grade. So yeah, I moved back. We've done last mock. We traded up for Wiggins. You guys know I'm a Wiggins guy. I had to do a lot of trade talks today. But one thing we've also followed is, trade back. Yes, good move. Okay. Hopefully keep that same energy. One thing that I've tried to do is, because I think a move would make a ton of sense. But at the same time, maybe not. I mean, depending on who's there. It'd be great, though, to acquire a pick like 101, in my opinion. And it falls similar in value. Actually, I think we should have gotten a little bit more for this one, if I remember the number right. But just because we don't, I took a lineman. Okay, I like to guess. Throw your guesses out there. One thing that we'd like to do is kind of change up the names, or that's what I like to do. He said, wow. I'm trying to find my notes. Oh, my notes are back here. This is an alphabetical order. Okay. I just got to understand math. That's crazy. Okay. So let's do it. Here we go. So with my 33rd pick in the 2024 NFL draft. I don't know why I'm doing all this. Easy's coming back, chat. Here we go. Trade back. We move back. And not defensive line. I go corner at pick 33. Now, I'm going to be honest. Part of this is just kind of the mock simulator, too. Again, like certain guys, they won't be available at certain spots. Y'all know I'm big on Darius Robinson. If we take Darius Robinson at 29, I'm on board. I actually was watching a thing a couple days. I can't remember what it was. He saw a receiver. Okay, so I went off the rails here. But they were like, yo, Darius Robinson's going number 1. He tested out really well. Bam. And I'm like, yes, that's awesome because I really like him. So it's awesome that like he's getting looked at like that. But and here's the biggest issue I have with this one because I'm a big fan of the player. Okay, hey, do your thing. I'm a big fan of the player. My biggest issue that I have with this one is I think that he will be special. He can be special as a zone corner, specifically in underneath zone. He is so good in zone coverage, underneath zone coverage, and it's because he tackles well. He can stab you at the line of scrimmage with his press. He's like I say, he's an excellent tackler that plays with awesome physicality. He brings wide and slot versatility. He'd be awesome in those spots, like awesome. And he communicates really well. And he overlaps zone. He drifts well. He sees it out of his peripheral vision. But you think of the Lions, you're like, yo, I'm thinking of he thought he had a puke. That's crazy. I don't know. He said it was, an emergency. But obviously, we want to play more man coverage. So part of me is like, I should definitely just draft the guy I think is best at man. But I'm gonna be honest, when I step back, I'm gonna read off some of my grades here, chat, because this was one of the guys that didn't have low grades for me in a lot of areas. The lowest grade he had was probably ball skills, and it's mainly because it's like opposite of Terrion Arnold at the catch point. Like, I think that there's times where he doesn't really position himself extremely well. He's gonna be big time, underneath level 2. To me, this is the player like Terrion Arnold that has the best twitch in the lower body. He's right up there with him. And it's weird because he tests similar. I think he's also 21 years old actually as well. He ran a 4.51 was his official testing score. His lower body twitch to me is right there with Terrion Arnold. So throughout the 40 time, the guy moves extremely well. Now he has a torn ACL in the past. So that's going to be something that could push him down a little bit. But when you talk about guys that play like lions at corner, that's this guy. Talk about size. Does he have that? He has good size, 5'11", 183, good reactive movement, really good across the board as a coverage corner. And I think he has some of the best body control and lower body twitch for a cover corner. And he's one of the best tacklers that I've seen as a corner. So Ennis Rakestraw, I think that's how you say his name. I'm not even sure how you say his name. I also like his teammate, but this guy was big time on the opposite side. And this was a weird one because when you immediately watch him, you're like, yeah, if you watch, I'll say this, and I'm going to wait till Easy gets back to move on. But if you watch one game, if you watch a couple plays, maybe watch a couple highlights, you'll immediately think this is a first round athlete. Immediately, it's the first thing I saw, guy. I was like, this is a first round athlete. I didn't even realize he ran the 4.51 because this is the first time I even saw him. I'm like, this looks like a first round guy. I watched a couple plays. And when you revisit, you're like, yo, he moves so darn well. Now, Ryan, that's my point. Like, this affects definitely the way that I think we'll draft corner, no question. But I don't have him bad in man coverage. I just have concerns, especially when you start to push vertically. That's where I have some concerns. His anticipation leads to so much upside. If you watch him cover drag routes or crosses, bro, he's just undercutting routes. I love the way that this dude plays. And like I said, he's such an elite run defender. You still need to have that versatility. His body control is so big time that he just sinks with guys at the top of the route just with ease. But I think with that reactive movement, man, and running the 4.51 because he's so natural and half turn, I like both too. Yo, everybody at Missouri hits, from Darius Robinson to Abrams Drain to Rakestraw, they all hit. I think he's so darn well rounded. He's a first round type of athlete. Maybe he's like Rake A Straw? Wait, hold up. That cannot be right. Reiki A Straw. No, I'm sorry. Reiki A Strawu. That sounds sick. I don't know how to pronounce it still, though.
Rakestraw.
Rakestraw.
You had it right.
Straw. Nah, my man had all easy. Try to read that.
Rakestraw. Oh, wait. Pronounce Rakestrawu. Rakestrawu.
Nah, easy. Look, bro, that's a whole. But yeah, no. Hey, bro, I feel good about this one. My lowest grade was play speed. I think it's average because of his long speed's a concern. Here's my little note for him. I'll read this and then we'll move on. Super reactive. Anticipation heavy, shuts off drag routes. Hey, do this real quick. Everybody likes LSU. Watch him against LSU. Nothing. Gave up nothing. He shut LSU down, bro. Didn't matter who he lined up against. Watch him against Malik Neighbors. It was like 3 reps. Nothing there. He had created no space. Malik Neighbors created no space on this dude. And it was in variety coverage, half turn, straight up, man. It was like, yo, this is disgusting. He's such a good mover. You just don't get enough of him. You just don't see enough there. It's like, bro, this dude, if you're sitting at 29, especially when to trade back, bro, come on, man. Like, I'm on board with this one, dog. It's cool. Hey, Quinian's cornerback 1. He's not my corner 1, but if you're just joining, maybe it's pulled back, and maybe that's why I think you may be pulled back. Hey, make sure you're zoomed forward. All right, we'll continue, though. Easy. I don't know if you got any thoughts on Enos or Edis, however you say his name.
Yeah, I might be too broke. I was trying to send a super chat here. If you can't read the text.
What?
This can't. Yeah.
To who?
I'll read it for you. It says,
yeah.
This guy's
Yo, there's too many characters, dog. You got to throw in like an extra $1.50 for the characters. You know what I mean? Like, they don't.
Listen, I got to fix his camera now too. All right, cool.
He's a different type than Gokuda too, bro. He can play in the slot. He's literally everybody likes Xavier Legette, right? Y'all like Xavier Legette. Watch him against South Carolina, bro. He lines in the slot to match up Xavier Legette. Dude's legit, bro.
Wrong.
Dude's legit.
Wrong. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I actually love Rakestraw as a prospect. What I don't love is that injury history. And although it feels like Brad loves these injury histories,
that's why I was
at least for agency for damn sure. Even the draft too, actually. Levi Onwuzurike, Pascal had some of his hit before he came in. Jameson
Yep.
Williams ACL, James Mitchell ACL. He does love the injuries. Let's be real about it. And it's Rickenshaw. I think he has that the thing that bothers me when I watch Kool-Aid, as much as I love him as a prospect or like him as a prospect. Like we said before, he didn't have that twitchiness to stick with like the faster guys, guys that make quick cuts. Rickenshaw has that. He could be on you like a dog. He has a dog mentality. What you did though, Dion, is you gave him a 5th-year option. All right,
I did.
Brad, being as cheap as he is, loves these 5th-year options. Whether it's someone who wants to trade with that 5th-year option or just keep for next year with that 5th-year option, you gave that up for pick 101 in the 4th round. Okay.
Yeah. You know, because I'm keeping it real easy. You know what I mean?
You integrity. And I just feel like you could have got this guy the second. I would rather burn my second rounder early to grab Rickenshaw than give up the 5th-year option on someone else.
It's a corner, bro. How many corners they pick up the 5th-year option on easy?
I mean, Rickenshaw could have been one.
Why? You know? Why? Because he's that dude. Because he's that dude. He's nice. Nice.
Okay. You burn a 5th-year option for pick 101, essentially. I'm just saying. You might as well have taken him at 29.
That's fair. I didn't even think about that. That's fair. All right. You're right. All right. We'll continue.
I'll take it back. I do like Ennis Rickenshaw as a prospect for sure, though. The injury is the only thing that I don't like. I like his quickness. I like his attitude.
Perfect. We're on board. A+ pick. All right. We'll keep it moving. Yo, I don't know.
What did they grade you on that?
Let's see. They should give me an A+.
Oh gosh. That's what you.
Now they got the little footnotes too. You make a draft pick, they're like, "Oh,
you went a linebacker now." I can't say
when did they start doing that, dog? You know,
I can't say this.
Nah, PFF's on something easy. I'm gonna be honest with you. Edgerrin Cooper being here is ridiculous, bro. I didn't even move. If I would have traded up, you could have said something. He's at pick 61. Why is Edgerrin Cooper available? Chat, tell me.
Why does everyone love this guy so much?
I think, you know, I had like some coverage questions, like in terms of if you compare him directly to Peyton Willis, right? You know, similar size. I have his size actually handy. I think he's like 6'3", 230. I had it handy. I don't know. I thought he was an awesome run defender. He plays a lot of fire. I think there's flexibility. He could be like the next Derek Barnes. He could put him on the line. I had questions about like how much of a pass rush package he actually has. He played a lot of spy role. We don't play a spy, but I thought he was an awesome run defender. Like there's some discipline stuff that probably needs to dial in there. But like in terms of just navigating through trash, being slippery for offensive linemen, finishing with this force as a tackler, then as a coverage guy, having the straight line speed of this run, he ran like a 4.51, I think 40 time. It was ridiculous. I didn't even expect that. He was super quick to find the ball, mesh points, read quarterback taking off. I thought, like, from what I've seen so far, he'd be my linebacker one, pure off-ball linebacker one. But I think Edgerrin Cooper brings flexibility, and in this defense, he might have to get a little crafty. But yes, him and Jack Campbell would be the linebacker of the future. You know, I'm a big Duracell guy. And maybe that's also, he steps down the line and if the Lions like what they have in Barnes, they're not looking for much as the pass rush type. That's fine. This guy can take over that role too. Because why? Because he has almost 34-inch arms, just like Derek Barnes. No, the AI is ridiculous though, Robert. You speaking facts here. So yeah, Edgerrin Cooper to me, this is value. This fits no need really at all. This is just value to me, taking the best player available truly, I think, at this spot.
Can I hear you call Micah Parsons out loud? Are you willing to do that?
No. Absolutely not. I will not do that.
Is there a pro comp for the people?
Ooh, okay. It's weird because he's kind of on the lighter side, bro. You know what? You remember? This is probably not great. You remember the linebacker out of Chad? You remind me of his name. Dude out of Wisconsin. He ended up going to Kansas City. He was like a big downhill linebacker.
Leonard Chenal.
Yes, Chenal. Yeah, maybe not him exactly. I think they may have similar body types.
He's better.
But, like, to me, bro, Cooper was such a legit run defender. I can remember when I was watching him, and I had watched him before the count because I didn't even have his numbers. Every note was, like, FBI. Every note was just, navigating trash. It was, like, vision to the back. And it was, like, every single note's in literally one category here. I'm like, what's happening?
I'm not going to lie. I know that I could, like, campaign-wise, I want to slander this linebacker pick for sure.
Yeah.
But I think you're selling them short here. I think you could have gone. You could have just mixed up Chenal and Parsons there a little bit. No?
Bro, okay. Yo, I got to watch more.
I get it.
He hasn't shown me the pass. Like, bro, when you watch Micah, you're like, yo, he's got something. I haven't even seen it. This guy finds the quarterback well. in that spiral. But like I don't see him beating offensive linemen consistently. But maybe I just haven't got to that yet.
Well,
I need to
I
find.
guess, yeah, you know what? My bad. Not Micah Parsons off the edge. But when
Yeah,
Micah Parsons, you see him like,
off ball.
jump back there in middle linebacker. You ever see him do that?
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay,
That's
I'm
what I
on board
mean.
with that. I'm on
Yeah,
board
yeah.
with that.
I should have clarified that because people might just think as a pure edge. No, sometimes Micah Parsons just jumps back in that middle linebacker role and still blitzes
I like that.
because
He was
partly
nasty there,
one he
too.
could do it and play a little bit of the coverage, but also he just rushed from anywhere. And I feel like Edgerrin Cooper has that 8 sacks last year, right? Am I mistaken?
Oh, that might be right. I don't even know.
I-
I'll say this. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say all. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh no, I got it. If he's one of those dudes with upsides to handle offensive linemen second level, even though it's not always his layer, he could actually handle them. So if the future is him next to Jack Campbell, bro, like their strengths could offset each other. I don't think Campbell's a great blitzer. This guy would be a much
Even
better
if you want to
blitzer.
stay him, even.
That's what I'm saying. Like if that's the future, that's fine with me. We'll make that thing work.
I want to win this poll come the end of it, Dion.
You lost the poll right here, bro. It don't even matter what I do. It's over. And I still got I still got something on my sleeve that you're not even ready for, bro. That's gonna like completely just
Austin Booker in the 4th round. Real
nah. Chat. Put a 1 if I'm winning this right now, dog. I'm getting my.
The chat's not gonna give you any love on a linebacker pick, but I know who he is. By the way, Dan, you have to watch the Dune movies. I know we talk movies every once in a while. You got to catch up on those. Phenomenal.
Doom Part 2?
Yes. Have you seen Part 1?
Doom Part 2. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you for a second. Doom.
Yeah. Did you see the first one, though?
No.
Watch the first one. And then number 2, I will go see it with you if you want to be honest with you. I liked it that much.
Is that fire? Dang. All right,
Yeah.
I'll watch the first one, then we'll go see it.
It's like our era's version of like what Star Wars was in the 80s, I feel like.
Are you a
This is
Star Wars guy?
It's
like
like
Star
it's a
Wars?
great story too.
You a Star Wars guy, Izzy?
No, I'm not actually. I wish I was.
Okay.
I feel like I'm missing out on a lot of the hype, but like I just can't hop into like a movie made in the 80s and it's like just the special effects or just fucking some guy playing with action figures like pew pew pew. It just I can't buy in all the way. Good story.
I ain't gonna say nothing about it because I'm trying to win this one. We'll talk about that afterward.
Star Wars is great, actually. Edgerrin Cooper, why would you take a linebacker?
Yeah, me say the dang thing,
Crazy,
bro.
Oh, too wild.
All right, I'm gonna zoom in. Now I can see what happened here.
Okay.
Oh, a trade. Okay. So this was a trade. Wait, what is this? I don't even know what that says, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. What does that say? Yo, wait. Okay, wait.
65.
It says 85. It's 85, bro. It's 85. So
85.
I acquired 85.
And you
Is that
gave
what
up
happened?
73 for 85?
Wait, no, that can't be right. That don't even make sense.
Hold on. You moved
No, I
back.
traded up. I traded 65.
Yo, that's 65, brother. All right,
Yo,
guys.
I've outplayed myself, dog.
I got the
no,
vote. We'll let him finish it out. I got the vote. I thought I was the drunk one here. Who's this?
Yo, I was like trying to read it. I'm like, oh no, that's it.
I love you, dog.
Yo, okay. Well, here we go. I hope I have his notes handy, bro. All right, yeah, I do. Okay. Trade it up. We gotta be aggressive. Yeah, you gotta remember we acquired 101. So let's go.
You gotta aggressively move back. Here's an extra pick to jump to 85.
Yo, could you like in a way that could make sense though? Because like what it like if you traded back, right? And like people weren't really paying attention, no one would assume that you gave up a pick to move back. But in reality, you moved back because like one, like you're like, yo, I don't know anybody at the end of this draft. I'm just gonna get rid of that pick while no one's paying attention. So then we can't make it. And then the second thing is once I move back, now when I make that pick and we look back, like, oh man, it was later though. You see the value?
Yes.
Come on, easy. You gotta all right. Well, let's see the value of this pick. Here we go. Pick 65 with the trade up.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. Okay, you're not feeling that?
That's nice. He's a pro. He's a pro's pro. I think that's a. Oh wow, they gave you C+ for that. Oh, that's rough. Jalen McMillan, yeah. No, I do like him. I do like him a lot. I think he's I think he's a really good, not really good, but he's a good replacement for Josh Reynolds. I think he's a pro. He's a pro wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. And grabbing him at 65, third round, like, you essentially kind of got a lesser version of what I got in AD, but it's still a solid one.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what this is. I wanted to make this pick because I have never mocked him yet to us, but I think that he reminded me so much of like Josh Reynolds in the sense of agility as a route runner. He's 6'1", almost 200 pounds. He's not on the heavier side. Played a lot in the slot, but he still showed that he could get over top, though his like long speed wasn't really great. Very reliable hands, like you said. Run after catch was solid. It was a plus. He had some savvy to his route running too. Like he really knew how to open up level one routes. This just reminds me a lot of like in a different way because he wasn't used as a vertical threat, and I don't think he'd have all that there. It's almost like in a way kind of like getting Tyler Boyd. It kind of feels like when we talked about him, maybe more than anything. But he gave me vibes of like, if you're talking about just athleticism traits, this guy to me could fit into what Josh Reynolds brought. 4'4", 740, 6'9", 4'3" cone, which is awesome for a receiver. 37-inch vert, good arm length. I had shades of Sterling Shepard. If you want, with Giants a couple years ago, he
I
was
like Sterling Shepard. I know a lot of people don't. He's bigger than Sterling Shepard too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and Shepard, I think was the second round pick. I don't know that he's hitting the NFL necessarily, but it's like that would be like a similarity there. So this was more so like just to me, this one made sense. And this is one of those guys like if you had me bet on a guy to be a line, maybe not this high, but I would probably throw this guy into the mix. Like if I was just trying to guess the players right now, I'd probably put McMillan in there somewhere. He just feels like the kind of guy that would fit what they want, especially if the FBI is there, which I definitely think that it is. He feels like the kind of guy that would fit what they want. Maybe not my favorite receiver though, but I'm like a big Corley guy. But and you're a big Corley guy too. So
yeah, I mean that's like that's solid pickup around 3. He's a good pro. He's like really low ceiling, but like you know what you're getting in him, which is like a guy that can be productive for you.
Yeah. And okay, well we'll continue. Let me see. Did I make a okay?
And where do you see like some crazy upside there?
Well, here we go. I just won the draft, so that doesn't even matter.
Yeah, well, we know about that. There's no trade.
That B though. Hey, hold up. Jalen got the B- though. Easy. We're just working our way up.
Yeah, C+ though. In the second.
So, hey yo, Xavier Thomas. He's 6'1". Yeah, he's 6'1". Xavier Thomas at from Clemson. I wanted to pull my notes here, man, because I saw someone bring up Xavier Thomas earlier, and I was so happy when I saw that. I'm like, bro, I already know I'm gonna get some love. Yo, Charles. I already know Charles vote my draft because I said that. Do you have any thoughts on Xavier Thomas?
No, I really don't. I'm not familiar with this game, so like whatever I say would be invalid. To be honest with you.
Okay.
This is what you gave up that 5th-year option for, though. So you gotta bring it home here, brother. You really gotta sell us on this one.
See now, okay. Here's what I'll say.
We threw tomatoes at you for that trade, so we gotta make it tomatoes stew.
I think when you get to this spot, you could draft a guy and say that, like he could be like if you drafted a guy. Tell me if you disagree.
Okay.
If you had a round 4 pick and it was somewhere in this range, maybe a little further back, and you said that pick was a designated pass rusher. That's what he turned into. Like he was never like a full 3-down guy. He's a really legit pass rusher. Would it be worth it? Like if it hit, not if he didn't hit, like if he was a trash pass rusher, no. But if he was like, yo, he's a designated pass rusher, he's a good pass rusher, bang. Yeah. Would you feel good about that without putting a name to it?
Yeah, I mean, look, I got that at 142 with Nelson Caesar. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but there's levels to this. Easy. It is levels to this though. You got an off-ball linebacker. Easy. Let's
Yeah.
No, but, hey, yo, I'll say this though, chat, real quick. So the issue that I said that because he only listed at 244, 602. His length wasn't awesome. It was almost 33 inches actually. That's not bad. 4'6", 240, 26 bench press reps. That's a lot of pop. I had issues with his run defense, to be honest with you, at the point of attack, but I had him with a slightly above average first step, which is always key first. So that didn't stand out to me. What stood out to me was I thought just as a pass rush, I actually took two notes here, and I said as the game goes, his pass rush grade honestly increases. And like whatever game you're watching, you'll start to see it. Like some games he pops early, but like you'll start to see it. And it's so cool because I think the good example would have been Florida State, if I remember correctly. He was going against, I think, the right tackle. And the right tackle was getting out of his stance slow. And when you watch him, once he figured out like how he would beat him, he just kept doing it over and over and over until the adapted to it. And what's cool about that is like,
Ooh.
the fact that he kept going to it was also the fact that the coaches stopped moving him. Like he would flip around to both sides, and then once he just started eating, they just left him there, and he just kept going over and over and over. It was the exact same. And then all of a sudden, once you get him to the first step into spots where he can just pin his ears back and go, like where he's not worried about the run, it's a third down spot. His first step jumps up to another level. It's like, oh wait, now you're seeing the anticipation. It's still not elite in terms of just twitch, but you're seeing the anticipation. He's jumping off the ball a lot quicker. So
he's got good off the
me,
ball though. He is really good off the ball.
Yeah,
watching from like what I'm watching him versus Duke right now.
He's good against.
Just from like, and again, I didn't play at the Division One. I didn't play NFL obviously, but like the type of guy he reminds me of from when I did play is the guy that's just so consistent, that's so annoying. Looks like he doesn't get tired. He's giving you the maximum like rep and effort every single time, to where you got to be on your A game every single time. And you're like, God damn, I'm just waiting for this guy to slow down at some point. And he's just not. And I'm only watching Duke right now. Like
Right.
Yeah, he looks like a guy. First and foremost, Dan Campbell guy. I'll start with that. Secondly, a guy you would love to have next to Hutch, because although kind of similar to some like interior rushers where it's like you're not gonna get to the quarterback every time, it's consistent enough to where it's gonna happen at some point during the game. This guy looks annoying as fuck to deal with. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, but he's crafty too. Like, I don't want to go into this too deep, but like he's crafty. He knows how to get the high side. Maybe if they want more of a guy that's like, hey, he's gonna lean more power, like we talked about with Davenport. Maybe this isn't top option.
No, he's a speedy guy.
But, and his flexibility is legit. Like he has really good flexion around the edge, man. He could dip and rib. Football intelligence, I had average, good motor to what the chat said. It was a plus there for me. Agility was good.
Yeah, the motor's there for sure.
I just had issues in shed playing the front side of a run, but he would work, man. He would work to get to the front side of it. So
I think he'd almost be better on a wide 9 or something though.
Oh yeah, that's what I would do. I put him out there as a designated pass rusher early. I let him stand up and rush. I think the wider you get him, the better. And if you continue to get reps as the game wears on, he gets better. And then maybe down the road, to like what Chat's saying, maybe he can fill into a legit role. Maybe he could play Sam Backer at some point. Maybe that's a possibility, because that could be a real possibility.
And up, with Sam.
Maybe that's where he competes year one, and then down the road, it's like, okay, can we make him a full-time defensive end? Maybe he can if you probably figure out some of the technical side of the run defense. I don't think he's ever going to have the skill set to be like big time there. But with Pascal and guys like that, if you bump him outside of those guys and you let him play wide, like you said, he's probably going to do a little bit better. So I like it. Xavier top man, he builds on you as you watch him. So
yeah. As a former offensive lineman, he looks like a guy you got to pack your lunch pail for that day. He's going to bring it to you.
Bro, easy. I like this. This is the energy we need. Every time I'm doing drafts, this is the kind of energy I need, man. I need you to hype up the draft.
Yeah, but
I'm like, bro, like this. All right. We made another trade though. I can't even read that. I'm going to read it from my.
You had to zoom it in for me. See, I came in.
Here's what I did. I traded up to 101.
Are we sure though? Because last time you said that you thought you traded back.
I'm
putting it out there.
Yeah, wait, no, I have it, so I can
zoom it in. See it.
Okay. Oh, bro, why was I doing easy? Yo, you're about to be blown away with what I'm about to do.
The tab.
Watch this, dude. Y'all are about to be blown away, man.
People say I look like I'm crying in
Look at this.
Yeah, here we go.
Bro, changing lives, dude, and stuff like this.
Feels so much better.
Me? Bro, are you kidding me?
So you moved back 3 spots and you grabbed 186.
No, I moved up. Chad. Don't let him do this. Wait.
He says you received 104 and you gave it 101. You moved back.
Oh, I did move back.
God.
No, I moved back, bro. I moved back. Yeah. This was a Xavier. So it's even better now because I traded back. Come on, man. All right, here we go. Someone asked about offensive line. I got you. Bam.
Punt.
Pick 134.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, we had a trade though, so let me break that down.
Okay.
So this was the trade up. So I had to package them together. This is what I hate. Y'all can, if you want to hate my draft because of this, that's fine. I gave up a future 6th. I could have put someone else here based on their mock draft simulator. There's guys that go in the 7th round or 6th round that I don't think will get there. So if y'all want to hate on it, I'm cool with that. I could take it, but change it up. I was like, that's fine. I'm going to give it up because that'll make the number. I probably could have just made it, maybe made a trade. I don't know. But like this makes the number work out better. So that's the trade. And we go get Isaiah Adams. So like you took Pearl or Julian Pearl, I think his name, tackle out of Illinois. I took Isaiah Adams, tackle out of Illinois. But to me, Isaiah Adams is a guard. Go ahead. Were you saying something?
Is this from the trade that was before the pick? Or is this 104?
This
Isaiah
is
Adams?
this is 134.
134.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I traded back up. I gave up 186. I gave
Trade
up two of
down.
one, and then
Okay, I see.
yeah, so I'm still holding on to two. I'm still holding on to the two late ones.
Okay.
So yeah, to me, like if you watch him, he played left guard, left tackle, right tackle, mainly right tackle and left guard. I don't think he can play tackle. I put him at guard, and if you watch, I think at guard he's one of these dudes that this could be a little early, maybe, but like and we always talk about this easy. We always say like you have to be able to you have to be able to play zone, you have to have athleticism, but you also have to be able to pull, you have to be able to get movement. He could actually check all of those boxes. Like if something's clean up, he could check those boxes. Pass protection, I think, needs legit work, but he could check all of the athleticism and strength boxes. He's a little bit on the taller side, 6'5", a little bit taller forward guard. But I like the movement that he moved around at different spots. I wouldn't put him at tackle though. I'd leave him at guard, and he's played left guard, so it makes sense. I think that's where he'll be for the future.
I like it. And then if he does in a spur of the moment situation has to bounce out, he has a little bit of experience there too.
There you go. All right, we'll keep it moving. Now, this is where I was saying at the beginning, if y'all weren't here, I kind of cheated for these last two. I'm gonna break them down, but this is not my actual pick. This is not my actual pick. That's not my pick.
Oh my god.
Yo, I like the dude, by the way. I like that player. He ain't gonna be available there though. I think that's crazy. This is so this is what we were using. So here's what I did. I'm just gonna show them both. This is this looks terrible. So here's what this is what I did. I just took they're not on the hey, yo, they're not on the simulator. So I put the names.
I had a couple guys like that too. I don't think my guy Isaiah Thompson was on there, or Isaiah Johnson from Syracuse.
No, he's not. I've never seen Isaiah Johnson on there. So no, there's certain guys that are on. Like I said, Colby Sorsto, I don't think was on there last year. There's certain guys that won't be, especially when you get this late. And that's fine. They'll probably continue to update it. But these are two guys I think checking out. So someone brought up a name, and I don't remember what the name was, but they said Gibbs, like, that's replacement. I do think so. Xavier Thomas, right? Just a quick little note. If we had to miss Hutchinson for a game, what would we do?
If we had to miss Aiden Hutchinson for a game?
Yeah, where would the pass rush come from on the edge? Like, I don't know. But if I have Cooper, because I was thinking about this with Sam Backer, like, what if Cooper's a Sam? It's like, okay, then why would I draft an edge? If we don't have Hutchinson for a game, I think you can now have a backup legitimately in Xavier, at least from a pass rush side of things. And I think with Keelan, Keelan Robinson, running back, he's out of Texas. He's a transfer from Oklahoma, I believe it was. He's like a 5-year player. Really, there's no statistical production to look at. He doesn't have much. He's a big special teamer. He plays gunner as a running back, which is weird on punt team. He plays kick coverage. He plays kick returner. He averaged 25 yards per kick return 2 years ago, 22 this past season. But like, he's fast. Yeah, he ran I think he ran a 4.42 40. Yeah. Mason did go to Ferris State. I like that aspect too. I think he ran a 4.42 40. He's got real speed. I mean, it's such a limited sample size. He popped against Oklahoma State. He had like 4 carries for 80 yards. He's got a couple receptions there. He was used on like 2 back sets, which you don't see for teams. So that's why he never really got the ball. But he also wasn't like the late game, like, oh, just give this guy the ball. He didn't do those. So he had real value. They used him as special value. I think he'll be the kick returner. And I think you could also, you could look at it and say that, especially as like a gap scheme following offensive line for a guy that's that quick, like he's patient to follow his blocks. So I liked it. Here's the biggest trait I liked. You think about these fast guys, maybe they had some elusiveness. And the same thing on with Gibbs. I think when you think about Gibbs, if someone explained Gibbs to you, you think like, oh man, he's gonna be like, oh, shifty, like LaShawn McCoy or something. And when you watch him, it's like, nah, he's like tough, bro. He's like downhill and he's fast, but he's super downhill. That's what I thought with Robinson. He's fast, but everything's downhill, in space, downhill. So that's why I liked him. And then the other one, Mason Pline, I believe, could be wrong. I believe that this guy, he might be a round 3 pick, dude. He might be a round 3 pick. He went to Ferris State, had no production, basically, had 2 receptions, and he's from Michigan. He had 2 receptions because he played basketball up until 2021 at Ferris State. Went to play, we've seen that. He went to go play, especially at tight end. He went to play football. He had 2 receptions, then transferred out as a graduate student this past season for Furman. He had over 300 yards. Dude, that guy's legit, man. He's a legit move blocker. His hands are really good for a guy that hasn't played much at all as a blocker. As a receiver, he's real too because he can get in and out of cuts well. I'm telling you, in a weird tight end class, and I know Easy, you see this doing mock drafts. Like once you get beyond Sanders, it's like, okay, what is this? I think this player, he might not be like the Eric All right there, but he probably gets in and out of breaks laterally better. I think that this guy could be a round 4 type of guy, round 3, round 4 type of pick. So keep an eye on Mason Pline. And here's my reasoning to believe that. I think it was last year. You guys may have the name. You remember the tight end out of Penn State that went round 2 to Jacksonville? He was listed on the PFF simulator like right at the end of the year. And one of the last mocks I did, I took him like the 7th round. He ends up going round 2 to Jacksonville. And I remember I told you, it was like, I only seen one game of him. No one really knew who he was. This happens, especially with tight ends positions like this, where it's like it's really scattered. This is one of those guys I think that'll rise up really far. So I'm going to go Mason Pline here because basketball to tight end, those guys work. So there you go. I have him at tight end.
Makes sense. I respect you for doing that. A lot of people wouldn't do that. You had to go outside your comfort zone. You could have easily cashed in on guys that gave you a higher grade and or just had more, to their name. But you took a true
it looked good though.
I was gonna sleep. I was taking pictures of my private parts. I wasn't doing that either. You took a true ball nowhere's route. All right. And I gotta be honest, Dion, that makes up for the mess that was everything before that. All right. I'm gonna just give you I'll give you a C plus. All right. Just for the ball. No, but seriously though, I do
Hungry Panda gave me the stamp of approval, bro. So chat.
Expert is here to say that Keelan Robinson is worth taking in the 7.
Come on, man. I see you, Hungry Panda. Way to come through clutch for me.
Hungry Panda, you're a real one. No, honestly, no, seriously. I it's kind of similar. Like I watched Thomas, as we were talking about him. I was kind of trying to do the same thing with Robinson as you were talking. I can only really find the highlights though. So I liked it. I remember I said speed. What do you say? I told Dose a long time ago that I wanted to have a slam dunk contest with him, except I want to use a springboard. Easy, take on the winner.
Bro, y'all don't my D is so jacked right now, bro. I'm literally icing it as we say. I think I tore something, dog. That'd be the worst dunk contest in history. Yeah. Hey, I gotta go to the doctor again, bro. Go ahead.
Question: Are you gonna be at Soaring Eagle? I saw you on a little advertisement.
Was there a little advertisement?
There was a little advertisement.
Where'd you see that at?
Are you gonna be on? I'm just
I might be
talking.
I might be the street. The streets might have some intel.
Okay. Wait, can I give you some intel?
Yes, please.
I was on that same advertisement.
Really? Yeah. wait, where was this advertisement?
It was an advertisement. Mike put it out. It was like me, you, King, Spencer.
Oh, that's gonna be loaded.
Feels like the Avengers of.
Well, you gotta read it again, bro, for everybody that needs to hear it, because I didn't hear it, to be honest. Go ahead. Who is it?
What?
Who's the lineup?
So it was myself, Everything King, Spencer Axter, whoever that is. Some Dose of Dion guy, Micro Mike, and they're allegedly supposed to be at Soaring Eagle on draft night. Is there any truth to this? Can you confirm?
Wait, were you gonna say a name or was that all the names? Did you say yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, I just didn't hear it. I would say it sounds pretty legit.
Sounds pretty legit. So we're gonna be hanging out on draft night after all these mock draft streams.
Man, that sounds pretty special, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Pretty
fired up for that. You know what's cool though, and I'll say just a side note, we can talk about this more, but if that's the case, we need to do something before while we're there. Because last time I got there kind of early, so depending on what you're doing, bro. Like if you come up like kind of like before, like we were kind of just chilling. We got to do like a show there before, maybe a quick one, like, yo, hey, we're going live. Let's do it like a predictive mock, bro. First round, let's just do it.
I'm down.
All right, cool. Because I didn't do nothing last time. I was kind of chilling.
That's real news because like I didn't know. Last time I heard you were looking for some place out here, and you're like, yeah, you're signing yourself up to get robbed somewhere. I was like, I've never heard that place in my life, Dion.
Hey, yo, you want to go there? That's still a work in progress. I'll be honest with you for day 3.
That's day 3 thing.
Now, yeah, I'm working for day 3 there.
Okay.
Day 2 is going to be through Bleacher Report. So shout out to Bleacher Report. You know what I mean? They're doing their thing. We're going to have a group there. So I'm trying to get something for every day. But day 3, I want to have something in the area where I can invite people and be like, yo, we're going to do a watch party. Because day 3, it's going to be a lot of like, oh, we don't know who that is. We know who that is. And we can just kind of chat. I want to do something like that. That's my hope. But I don't know if it's going to happen. So, but yeah, day 1's going to be fire.
That guy up north, for the people that are up north, yes. So I get Mount Pleasant. My first time, popping my V card.
Yeah, hey, show up. Hey,
Pop my
show up.
cherry for Soaring Eagle, and I've got myself a room. And if you did you watch opening day or did you see any of those opening day clips?
Who's?
Oh,
Wait,
have you?
wait. What are we talking
I'll
about?
I'll send it to you off air, or I mean, some people in the chat may have saw the boys got down. We're gonna show you a good time, yeah. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, I don't know what we're talking about, but I'm with it. We
We'll be at Soaring Eagle draft night. So if you guys in the area or around Mount Pleasant,
yes, bro. If you're there, go. I met
yes,
some of y'all
pull up.
there last year.
What'd you say?
I met some people in the chat there last year. It was fire.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. I want to do that too. Then yeah, and I'll promise you, I'm gonna stay sober because we're not drafted till the back half of the draft, so I won't be
Yeah,
what I
you
was
can't
at the
be
beginning of this stream and or on opening day.
Mhm.
Unless you want me to be, then I can make it happen.
Well, hey, that's their call. We'll let them handle
Oh
that
yeah, man.
situation.
That's
Yeah.
we're literally it's the Avengers of
We
Detroit
might,
Lions.
we might even do a little bit of blue
Blue
water
shots.
flavoring.
Yeah, what was that called?
Milo.
Oh, don't tell the secret. The people aren't supposed to know that.
Hey, yo, I'm not telling a secret. I'm just saying it's a good alternative because it
You
tastes
just
good.
told it. You just said it.
What are we talking about?
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Oh no, maybe
Milo?
I can't tell you.
A little bit of Milo. Am I going live from Canada? No. Not... Hey, yo, Ted, man, we appreciate y'all joining. I'm gonna put the poll up now. Y'all have to pick which one you think was better, and we'll leave it on that. So I'll start the poll. Let's push this thing off the right way, okay?
You look nervous, man.
I'm a little nervous. I ain't gonna lie. I felt so good about that. I was like, when I took Cooper, I was like, okay, don't know how this is gonna go. Response was way better than I thought.
Yeah.
I thought Rakestraw would get a good response. Did not. Xavier Thomas helped me out though. So I think the last two picks hurt me a little bit because they're not listed.
But if anyone's here watching, they trust you.
I appreciate that. Shout out to y'all for trusting. Yeah, so this is my mock. Give y'all a second. That's mine. And then wrong one. We'll go to easies real quick. Is this the right one? Yeah. Is this it? Yeah, that's easy's mock right there. I don't know why his is way more clear than mine, but
yeah, it's a better draft. It's a better draft.
It's a lot of good grades on here. I ain't gonna lie, man.
It's just
PFF gave you a B. What did they give?
You took two guys that weren't even available for PFF, so I'm just saying.
I did. They gave me a B-. Draft rank top 86% of Lions draft, bro. So yours was in the top. What was yours? Yours is in the top something. It is.
See,
right? What does it say at the bottom there?
There's no way I'm able. You gotta zoom in.
Top 63%. Yo, wait, is that good or is that?
That's good. What do you mean? That's the top.
Oh dang, that's better than mine.
This is if it's at bottom 63%, top 63%. That means we're doing. Does yours say that? Go look at yours. What does it say? It says, "Oh, this guy gave up a 5th-year option for pick 104. How sweet! How sick is that?" He also, derives you of great content because he likes to mute himself in the middle of his live streams. But in all seriousness, if you guys will be up there in Mount Pleasant on draft night, I know the draft is in Detroit, but we will be in Mount Pleasant. If you're not there in Detroit or if you're not there in Mount Pleasant, make sure to tune in the stream on that one. Is that Lions Nation Unite or is that just
test? Yeah, I believe it will be. No, mine's the top 83%. So now I'm thinking about it. I think they really hated my mock. So
yeah. Damn. That guy up north switched allegiance.
Yeah, it would be on you, I think.
Yeah. I hate to do this to you on your own thing. And I didn't hate your draft, by the way. Mine was nice, bro. Come on. I cooked.
No, I mean, wait, did you see the polls?
No, what's the poll saying?
You see them?
Hold on, let me go see the poll so I can vote for myself. 57% me now. I'm sorry. Listen, it's not your fault.
That's actually wild.
I cooked those trades. You had no chance.
You know what? I just realized might be you might not be able to afford your draft class. You know what I mean? You got like 4 straight picks.
Yeah, but you waited too long to say that because I do agree with you. I don't think you're off base.
Just a quick get off topic of this real quick. We did a Bleacher Report show today, and one trade idea I suggested two. They were roster trades.
Yeah.
Would you be intrigued by either of these? I'm sure you thought about them. Brandon Ayuk, I don't think is likely to cost too much. T. Higgins. If it was 61 for T. Higgins, I think it's intriguing. Chat, make sure y'all vote. Click the second option.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
He's not getting traded to play on a 1-year deal. He's getting traded for a bag because the Bengals can't afford it. So as much as like I would like the acquisition. Like I don't think the acquisition's bad at all, and obviously it would be a plus for us without having a true X. It's just not reality. Just for that very reason. It's kind of similar to the Jerry Sneed situation that went down. Would we have liked to have the Jerry Sneed? Absolutely. Can we afford the reason why the Jerry Sneed was getting moved in the first place? No. We weren't going to pay him.
You don't think we could afford T. Higgins coming off of 600 yards?
No.
His market value is 18 mil per year.
Yeah, but I mean, you also had not you, but I'm saying like that same site had freaking our guy that we both like there, who went to the Vikings, linebacker Sam. Help me out.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Wow.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name either now. Oh, but that was
Van Giegel.
That was PFF though. I don't know.
Van Giegel, like what, like 6 million or something like crazy like that. He signed like a 2-year, 20 plus million. Like T. Higgins, we know what he is. Yeah, he had a 600-yard season, but that's like some spot injury. Like the reason why he's not returning to the Bengals or wants to trade from the Bengals is they don't want to pay him because he wants big money. It's not. Yeah, it's very similar to the L'Jarius Sneed. Like I said, would you like to have L'Jarius Sneed? Yes. Do you want to pay L'Jarius Sneed $19.8 million? No. Especially about to pay Amon-Ra St. Brown upwards of $28 million.
He'll make some money. Yeah, he is.
And Jared Goff too, possibly.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We understand why you said no, because Jared Goff got to get paid.
No,
I mean, yeah. If you said it, I didn't say it. I mean, chat. Here's the issue, man. We're about to wrap up this poll. There's a lot of people that haven't voted. I'm a little bit disappointed because I know all those votes would have went to Dose. Instead, I'm looking at it, and as I say that, it continues to go Easy's way.
If you're hurt on the vote, if you're splitting the vote, at least hit the like button.
At least get you know what? That's true. That's true. We're gonna wrap this thing up. I'm not gonna look at the poll. I think I won, but easy, man.
All right.
I'll say this.
Because you think you won?
Don't hold us to it. There's potentially a stream tomorrow, but don't hold us to it.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. And it'd be at night again to do a mock. So, Easy, got any last words for the people, man?
Dion, I love you. I think you're brilliant. I couldn't be more excited to be breaking down a draft alongside you on April 25th at Soaring Eagle. I think that's once I saw you on there, I got pretty fucking excited. So I'm pumped up for that. Hope you guys hop into that live stream. And it's also Spinning His Eyes' first time venturing outside of Uber Sports. So come through, support the boys. If not, make sure you hop in the stream and come say what up, though.
Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be awesome. I'm actually glad you said it because I didn't know that was a thing. So I'm pretty fired up now. Sounds like a fire lineup. I'm glad Spedmo Rack's going to be there.
Yeah.
That's pretty fire, dude. That's a pretty fire lineup.
I'm not going unless my bitch is going.
Hey, yo, I knew that King was going, bro, because he talked to me. So I was like, oh, snap. Okay, good. This is going to be fire. Yeah. It's going to be a crazy lineup.
Tomorrow, breaking
Dang, man. Okay.
Out of draft event. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, man, we're gonna end it here, man. We'll see y'all again soon.
This guy, he did it on purpose.
I was gonna say we're gonna stop doing the polls. So if y'all didn't know, this is our last time doing the polls. So congratulations, man. Y'all ruined it. All right, we out. Wait. Okay, here we go. All right, man. Have a good night.